Test, 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 test.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing.
Hello, Insomnia, and welcome back to day 2 of our ICL, the Insomnia Community LAN, over here at the Hunt Premier Battlestate Games Tarkov Arena stand. And today, we have got a good few matches, following on from some epic matches yesterday. My name's Friendly Guy.
And I'm Crack Wisdom. Welcome back, guys. I hope you all had an amazing day yesterday, and we are looking forward to some more amazing action today. If yesterday was explosive, then today is going to be destructive. We have even more quality, talent, and exceptional players to put on show for you today. A couple of the two teams we're actually going to be looking at to begin with in our first match, as we have, I believe, 3 matches today. We have our upper bracket qualification for the grand final. We have our lower bracket qualification, and then going into the grand final later on. So, first of the two teams we're going to be looking at today, we have Cuba's Angels returning. We have Simple Fishes returning. We have Into the Pub later on, and we're going to be showing up and seeing if they can defend their victory so far. And maybe even a different bit of spicy maps to look at today, TFG.
Indeed, yes. So we have got 2 matches. So we've already got the grand final, which is Interpub. There's a lower bracket final to kick us off. That's going to be Cuba's Angels and Blue Fishers, Simple Fishers, that we obviously saw in the last game yesterday, taking a defeat from Into the Pub, which obviously put them in the grand final. But yeah, welcome to the stand. Welcome to the people at home watching on Hunt Premier's channel. Again, this is day 2 of the Insomnia Community LAN. We've got an amazing stand here inside Insomnia 72, with multiple machines, tournaments, giveaways, keys, everything's going on. Please come over, check it out, get involved if you want to try Tarkov Arena. Maybe you've never played Arena before and you want to just get involved and see what it is. I've spoken to tons of people that have never even heard of Tarkov, and now you know about Tarkov. They've jumped on, and it's an incredible game, an incredible world to get involved with. Multiple QR codes. Also, we believe we're taking some pictures today around the corner over there.
Yeah, we've got to stand out here with Big screen for you all to sign, so if you're down and you're participating, you want to leave your mark on our event for the day, get one of the pens and get yourself signed on down there. And I believe it is the top 50 pictures from this are going to be selected for trial keys to test out the game of Arena. And I believe, even if you're sitting at home watching on Twitch today, we actually have a little something for you guys in store as well. I have been made aware that there is 5, not 1, 2, 3, 4, but 5 full keys going to be given away throughout the broadcast today. So if you're joining us at home from Twitch, first of all, thanks for being here. And second of all, stay tuned to try and potentially win yourself a free key.
Indeed, free key. We all love free stuff, right? We all free stuff. So yeah, in the chat, keep an eye out. 5 keys. You're going to get the game for free. So our first game today, we're going to talk about yesterday's performance. We've got the Angels versus Simple Fishers, Cubers Angels, Simple Fishers. We saw Simple Fishers take a defeat to Into the Pub in the last game against ITB. Obviously, they was going into the final. What do you think about these two teams? What's your thoughts? I know we saw some great games. You know, it was a quite close game yesterday, but into the Pub team to get a comfortable victory. What do you fancy about this one? It's a pretty even matchup, I think, this Angels versus the Fishers today.
I have to agree with you, and I think that final match that I, for some reason, mistakenly expected to happen again today was that good that I wanted to see a second version of it. So, you know, looking forward to this. I'm looking to see some more explosivity. We've got some returning names today that we saw perform really well yesterday. The likes of JD, Kana, Walker, all putting their names on the mark of the arena scene. Personally, I'm interested to look and see if we see any weapon changes. We've had a lot of consistency so far. I'm just curious to see if anybody's going to pull a surprise out of the bag. Maybe the black sheep in the market we're not expecting. How about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think this could be one of the closest games we've seen so far. You know, these guys performed well in the games yesterday. There was a few 7-0s where they had comfortable victories, but, you know, those were against people that have not played Tarkov before. The most of the people we've got here in these 2 games today have some level of experience with Escape from Tarkov or Tarkov Arena. Again, some pro players, some people that play it a lot, you know, content creators, etc. We've got multiple people. You know, these are not people that have just never played Tarkov before, so expect to have some closer games today. I don't expect any 7-0s on the maps. We are doing best of 3s, I believe, as well. Do you reckon we'll see Sawmill again today? Or do you reckon that just that one time yesterday was enough?
One time for flavour's a one-time favour, but I'm expecting the return of the king today in Sawmill. I'm expecting we might see a little bit of that later on in the day. But the one thing that I am kind of interested to see is these teams have now had an experience. They've been here yesterday. They've participated in that LAN environment, so they're used to what's going on around them now, and hopefully they're settled. So it's interesting to see if that allows them to carry some composure through the first map, if we're going to come out of the gates hitting the floor running, and then potentially cause a very explosive environment before the teams settle into these tactics we're looking for today.
They might find themselves comfortable. And we also have to take into account, we've got ITB, Into the Pub, sorry, not ITB, Into the Pub that are going to be waiting to be playing later on. They're only going to have that one game. So we're going to have, you know, the winner of this map is going to be going up again straight away, and they're going to have some. The fingers are going to be warm. They're going to be warmed up. They're going to have some experience already today. You know, Into the Pub might you know, they've not jumped on the PCs. You know, they're going to be going in. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
You're going to see if they get the metaphorical stitch. Some of those muscles might need stretching out in a couple of the games for Into the Pub when they come on today. But like I say, that's coming in the future. Fantastic match to look forward to for the grand final. But as we get closer to the first match today, we've got a little bit of a twist around on how we're going to approach this. So I've been given a little secret from Simple Fishes. I've heard we've got some plans in place. I won't divulge too much. We don't want to spoil the secret plan. But there's a couple of little tactics that have been worked out. Might have a couple of ways to deal with some threats that have been analysed from the other team. People on the opposite side that I don't know. Anybody you think that stands out that you'd be scared of if you were planning?
There's mind games for sure. There's mind games for sure. I know that the Fishers are very vocal. They're very vocal. You know, there's no sausage rolls today. I don't believe. I think the sausage roll is, there is a sausage roll. Are we still? We're still a sausage roll.
It's the stealthy roll.
I thought he'd take it off for the. Nope, he's still a sausage roll. But but yeah, there's some mind games, some chat, and these guys having a great time over here. You know, always smiling, having some banter. But yeah, I believe they've got some ideas to take down a few of the stronger players over here for the Cubers Angels.
I'm just wondering if he's going to pull out the secret sausage roll card and do the Greg's good offer of 3 for the price of 4 for the price of 3. See if he can get a 4K with the one on the end with double kill. We'll see. He's laughing. He's enjoying it. We might see the magic. Maybe. Interesting to see how Kana performs today. Been very quiet on the end there. Looks like he's preparing himself for the storm to come, but he's brought his moral support on his left-hand side. The real whip it with the mouse are rapid. And coming down the line, we've got a lot of friendly faces, some of you all recognise. A big smiler in the middle here. We're staying quiet from our coop there. And it looks like they've got a nice, smiley, friendly coach behind him to give us some extra moral support as well, who's waving. There we go, chat. Say hello to the coaches. So, yeah, looking forward to see how it goes today.
The atmosphere has been incredible, hasn't it? Not only, just at our stand, the home premier stand, but generally in Insomnia, lots of. It's just amazing. It's been an amazing event, and there's no big prizes for winning this, but it's passion.
And here we go. Maps coming down.
Oh, we've got band maps in. Okay, we're in. The maps have been chosen. The band list is incoming. Let's take a look. No surprises.
Bye-bye Sawmill. Not for round one, I guess. First team being red picking that. Sawmill is out of the equation from our red team, coming on to blue.
We got Bay 5 banned second, so blue team is banned Bay 5. So there's 2 maps, Sawmill and Bay 5. And our first map we're going to be playing today is...
Bowl, interesting. So we're going to be starting with that plane, helicopter, plane. We'll figure that one out by the end of the day.
The middle section.
The mid lane, that's it. Going from bowl and then into...
Air pit, which is a plane. A helicopter to the plane. Not the other way around. So we're going bowl, we're going air pit, and then if we need a decider, we're going to be going over to the close quarters slaughterhouse that is Equator.
Ooh, if there's ever going to be a spicy decider, Equator's going to be it. We are in for some absolute madness then if we get to game 3, and I'm actually really looking forward to that. So I'd love to see a steamroll in game 1, a steamroll in game 2, and then the closest match in game 3 that we've ever seen. So this is going to get real heated in a moment.
The guys are going to be getting loaded in, and we'll be starting. Again, it's a best of 3. Obviously, the team needs 2. That's pretty self-explanatory. He needs 2 maps to win and go into that grand final. Unfortunately, the loser will be heading out and bowing out of our first ICL here at Insomnia. And as we get loaded in, who's going to win? I want your prediction. We didn't know any predictions yesterday. Who's going to win? Who's taking this? Who's going to the grand final to take into the pub?
It's a lot easier to predict maps than it is teams, unfortunately. I've got a 1 in 6 chance to win that. This is not anything to play for. Do you know what? I'm going to go against the curve. I'm going to go an unpopular opinion. I know there's a lot of talent on my left-hand side here, but I've seen my man JD play, and he is the backbone of this team. I have a lot of faith in that backbone, so I'm expecting Simple Fishes might just be the upset today, to be honest with you. I'm expecting it.
And as much as I love the Fishes, I'm going to go Cuba's Angels. Yes, I'm on this. That's it. We've got one person on the sofa. We got to go. That's it. Did you get a round of applause?
That's okay. I know the moral support's right there. He's inside. He knows the heart to heart. There's the heart chat. That's the one. You've got it.
So yeah, Angels, Cuba. Bowl round 1. I expect to see, again, snipers controlling the map. AXMC probably will come out. We've seen that multiple times from these teams. We'll probably see an AXMC. Probably the TX-15 with a Voodoo has been a very popular choice and kit over this weekend. Close quarters, we've got... we've seen the AKs, the SA-58s, the Mutants. I expect it to be more the same, honestly. I don't see much changes coming, obviously, into the close quarters maps. Maybe we get to Equator. We probably won't see anything. We'll probably see the close quarters, the Altons, etc. But yeah, I think it could be, again, a sniper versus sniper showdown on this first map bowl.
We all love a good sniper fight. Everyone going into those towers, seeing if they're stacking 1s, 2s, 3s, the different height advantages, the levels, and how they can then control the center of the map, which was the other point of contention on bowl when this was played yesterday, is are we going to see Simple Fishes go for the same approach? Sometimes deciding to give that mid control up and play from around a flank and move for rotation on the map, the power of movement being the power of the strength rather than actually the gunning? Or are we going to see a straight charge? Confidence first, balls to the wall, get inside of that helicopter and really command that domination.
And it's not about just making that choice. It's about the adaptation. We saw a few times, yesterday where, even the last game into the pub, they'd locked a few rounds in a row. They changed up the tactics. They switched it up completely, and they managed to seal off the game as well. So it's not just about choosing. It's about realizing that that's not working. We need to change it up. Let's move to something different. We've got a bracket on screen right now. As you can see, yesterday's results. We had Simple Fishes taking down the British Army in a 7-0 in the first match, and then again, match 2, we had also another 7-0, right?
7-0 in both matches, but the scoreline not necessarily showing how much of a competitive match it was. Like you said, some of the fresher people that have not been introduced to Escape from Tarkov Arena still showing up and really enjoying it. Maybe not making it competitive on the scoreline, but within each of the games, definitely challenging some of those crucial kills and definitely making it entertaining for sure.
Obviously, Cuba was able to drop down into the elimination bracket after losing to Into the Pub, but they obviously have a game against British Army. A bit close to that one, wasn't it? That was a Sawmill game, I believe. You know, like 7-2 or 7-3 it was. It was quite enjoyable to watch. It was a lot of fun. It was great. And obviously, that put Cuba's Angels up into this bracket final they were about to witness. And obviously, we had Simple Fishes taking on Into the Pub in the upper bracket final, and that put the Simple Fishes down here as well. So as you can see there, the lower bracket final, we're going to get started very soon. It's going to be Cuba's Angels against Simple Fishes. The winner will be playing into ITP in the final, best of 3. And I'm excited to see that one later, to conclude our amazing weekend here at Insomnia.
Yeah, absolutely. And ITP being alongside ITB and then TFG with three-letter acronyms. Man's got himself in a tongue twister, so I can understand the tripping on that one, but well saved from there. What we're looking at right now, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be, I think, probably the most entertaining and intricate round you're going to see. The first round out of the gate today, I'm sure everybody's got something in mind that they want to do. So I'm expecting some of these crazy little like flick pushes, somebody maybe holding a deeper angle and following maybe a crossfire we've not seen yet, or even potentially some tactics where people are double stacking the same weapon to just have power and force through some of these challenges.
So the guys are getting loaded in. This is where it starts getting sweaty. They're now choosing their kits. They have, of course, is it 30 seconds to choose the kits before they get forced into... I forgot forced into one yesterday, actually, where you forget to choose a kit and you end up loaded in. You've got something completely random, a shotgun, and you're like, oh no. But yeah, this way they get to choose the kits. Of course, we'll see a diversity of kits. We'll obviously jump out there in a moment and see what we are going to be picking. Again, I'll be very surprised if we don't see an AXMC from these guys. Obviously, that's a glass cannon build. You know, the one tap can pretty much one tap anywhere. Hit it in the chest, you're dead. But of course, it comes with a lack of armor. And I believe we're starting. We're in. The guys are going to be getting stimmed up for round number 1. And let's begin our lower bracket final. Let's see who's getting in the grand final now, Cracked.
That's it. From our beautiful faces to some beautiful action. Let's take you into the scene.
Dive straight into it, buddy.
Starting off on the rip, I can see we already have a bucket or two. Nice to see full use of the armored helmets.
Here we go. Round number 1. Sybil Vicious taking on the Angels, as we've said. Let's see how we get started and see who throws down the dominance in round number 1 here on Bowl.
Currently on board with the Zenith kit. They've got a Weaver out here. That is the AK that we saw Blitzigel making good use of. Quick kills off the rip. 1 versus 2 and manages to win the 1v2 in the opener.
We are seeing the PKM, PKP, PK boomstick again. We still don't know the name of it. It's one of them. It's the big one with 100 rounds.
I decided it's Kabang Bang's gun. We're going to go with Kabang Bang's gun for the day.
We're seeing that one straight off the rip, which is interesting for Bowl, which is you know, quite a long range, but you know, suppressive fire. It'll work. Impressive
in close quarters, I'm going to say. Shots firing out from the helicopter as we're looking at a cross-car angle from the challenge. This is towards the front of Dom's small side.
On Bondi with Cuba.
Pre-fire looks good into the wall, but doesn't manage to tag any hits. Didn't see any health drop.
Running the TX-15 with that Voodoo, like I said earlier, going to be the 166 variable.
Another one of those popular classes because of the ammo in there, and the TX-15 picking up a kill off of the return kill from the blue to the red.
On board here with Will, holding down the junction over at Dorms.
Symbol Fishes 3-2, potentially changing that very quickly, though, as we see an engagement from Dorms connector into the van at the end.
Retro slows things down. They've got the helicopter locked down. They know where he is.
Good reaction flick to apply some pressure to stop him from being able to get the guaranteed kill shot there.
Needs to get himself out of that area. Got two, three people focus firing him.
I'd like to open that door and say, I will see myself out, sir. No, thank you. Come back at that at a different angle.
Objective is up at the back of the helicopter. But they know where he is. They're not letting him by. They've got him locked down. They don't want him. They don't want him getting the objective. Just don't let him get there. But he takes one of them. He takes 2 of them.
3v2 to a 1v2. We're looking like this might just be a turnaround.
This is JD healing up here as we see low thorax. We're in the ulting kit.
The 1 player remaining for the Angels right now. I will let you know, chat, that this gentleman is in particular pain. So we have a couple of fractures, a heavy bleed and a light bleed. So at the moment we are actually 0.5 of a player and 0.5 of a player on the Angels team. So definitely going to need to use the numbers to the advantage rather than the health.
Angels shoots into cap while one runs into the helicopter to take the distraction off him.
Great suppressive fire on the
point. He's going to lose a cap unless he makes the move. He gets it.
Remember, chat, when you shoot somebody on the point, it resets the timer for capping, challenging the helicopter, and cleans up.
Absolute massive clutch in round number 1 from JD.
What is going on if this is where we
monster.
Start? Woo! JD making me a man of my word.
1-0 to the Fishers. Great first round there, Cracked. Great first round. Love that.
I think the Fishers have come out of the you know, the household pet tank and they've jumped back into the ocean because they are swimming pretty right now.
Here we go, round number 2. Can we get a response from the Angels? Can we get a quick response? 1-1. Settle the nerves. Get the first round on the board. That's what we want to see.
Interesting to see the Angels this time opting for a little bit more of a closer push out of spawn. Trying to play the numbers, get some 2v1s in there.
We have got a sniper up in the tower here. We see Kuba up in the tower with a takedown as well.
Really effective use of the top floor of the tower. I think that's the first time we've seen fights out of there, but this is a great angle because you get height of a ball here, so you only see waist down. Means you get the option of opportunity. You get shocked before he can even see you. Great challenge from the shelf, though. Doesn't quite complete.
Kuba dominating there with the 2 kills from the tower. Again, that tower being pivotal in the control and the start of the map. You know, even those comms, where are they? Are they left? Are they right? Are they med tents? Are they dorms? Are they helicopter? Where are they? But not only that, taking down 2 kills that early into the round, very pivotal. Of course, they did respond straight away there off screen, so we are 3v3. 30 seconds left until objective pops. The snipers on both towers, it looks like.
Yeah, TFG, and like you said, that TX-15 being one of the more preferred weapons, shall we say, for this map, as well as the tower being a preferred location, you're just adding benefit upon benefit, and it's really, really paying off. Now, the question is, can we convert from the tower now to central pressure, now that we've won that sniper battle, and then get a round victory?
So we slow things down. No action for a few seconds here. 30 seconds without any bullets being thrown. 3 seconds until objectives. Again, there's 2 objectives, one either side. You don't know where it's going to pop until it pops. It looks like it's back of the helicopter again, as I'm not seeing any green smoke over there by the front of it.
You see our Weaver class from the Angels slightly out of position for the point, but able to challenge the pressure. Oh, Jewel inside the helicopter wins.
Tries to push helicopter, but fails. It holds it down and takes him down. It's a 2v1 scenario. We've got Blaine left up against Retro
and
Kuba.
Rapid. Currently here, the G28. I'm really looking to see this, see if we can actually convert with this one here. One of my favorite weapons in the game. It's one of the nice, satisfying sounds when you sink someone with a 1-tap.
We've seen a slow flank. He's checking that tower. We saw him earlier there in the round. He's just making sure he's not still up there before he exposes himself in the open.
Now, this is what we were talking about earlier. Notices the time's getting low. Capturing the objective. Needs to get at least a shot down. Unable to make the pressure in time. And Angels convert the round with a cap.
Then when you get the numbers, it really does force it. If you down the numbers, the players to, and it's later in the round, you hold down that objective, you force the play from the disadvantage. You have to make the move or it's over, just like that. Objective capped, it's 1-all.
And for those of you at home that are not sure, like we said, if you shoot somebody on that capture point, that 10-second timer to count down to complete the capture gets reset. Any form of damage transferring resets that timer, so you don't necessarily need to convert the kill, but you do need to be in the area to be able to challenge.
Here we go, then we're seeing left side push there, 2 left, 1 going to the front of the helicopter. Of course, I'm expecting the snipers to go into the towers again. I'm not expecting...
Great challenge inside the helicopter there, and on the note you made about the towers have now changed the dynamic. We're sniping from 1st and 2nd level on board with the PKM. Flashlight being used to the fullest of its ability. Spraying through the door frame, not connecting to anything too solid. Sees 2.
Send the big gun in the middle and hold the fire button.
Nasty little shot off the corner there, turns into 2. Trade's returned.
Yeah, that AXMC there in the background, taking one down with the, it looks like a chest shot. On board with that AXMC. Bang.
Trigger discipline is exceptional there, lands the shot.
So you've still got that PKM in the middle. AXMC backing him up. Looks like these guys are dominating the right-hand side of the map towards arms.
This is an interesting one, a floating AXMC rotating around the map. What do you think?
I think it's something I would do. I think it's smart. It takes 1 bullet. If you've got good accuracy and you're confident in your ability, you know, it takes 1 bullet.
And if you don't quite finish that kill off, the 2 teammates behind you, you're hoping they should sure do.
They're sending the more traditional sniper in the tower with that TX-15, trying to get rid of that helicopter PKM.
Getting some good information, though.
That was clean. Swift clean, even in the numbers. Kevin, on board with Kevin, still holding down this helicopter with his life.
I think we might need to send a phone call to the doctor for that man's head to retrieve it back from next week where it just got shot into.
Interesting play. He's going trying to cut the objective.
Is this a PKMP on point? Oh, doesn't quite lose the trade. Great shots there to close it out from the Angels.
That was interesting. He was on his own, but he went for the objective, which was not really seen. That's not something you do if you've got the numbers, but he tried to sneak in there and steal the objective before they could get to him. A smart play, but didn't play off for him, but it was the right idea. The right idea. He had that PKM. He held fire, and unfortunately, he was just taken down there before he could cap it. But it was a good idea. I like that.
I'm playing on that every time. I think when you're in the numbers advantage, you want to make sure that you've got more than 1 person to contest capping. You don't want to try and contest that on your own unless it's a 1v1. The numbers are really crucial because the person on the point is the bait. You set the trap, you encourage the challenge, and then you take out the challenge.
So Angels with a good response after that first round loss to Simple Fishers. Good response, taking the next 2 rounds. As we are on round number 4. Simple Fishers will be wanting to even it out here at 2-all. Don't want to let them run away with it. You know, once you get 3-1, 4-1 round down, it starts getting a bit rough.
PKM goes down inside the helicopter. We see the kill outside from TX15. Insane shot with the AXMC. Ooh, he's dead. He's really dead, Jim.
And the same tactic again, down low, 1 tap. If you're confident, you hit your shots with that.
It really just goes to the extent of the caliber of these players. There's absolutely filth. I can't keep up with the scores and the kills as they're going down on the screen. They're going faster than I can speak at this point, TFG. Wild.
That was 3 headshots before I could blink.
Hey, if you keep blinking per headshot, you'll make those blinks per second they were talking about. Supposedly 15 blinks a minute, not for these gamers. 15 blinks a day.
And those are while they're asleep. Right, here we go, round number 5. Fishers really do need to put this on board. 4-1 is a bit of a deficit. We don't want to be facing a 4-1 scoreboard on the screen. So Fishers are really going to want to put one back on the board here. Again, this is where we might see a change of tactics. This is where, you know, we're starting to lose a few rounds in a row.
Speaking of sleep, that man's taking a little nap. Night-night. PKM to the brain.
We've got the numbers advantage. It's now 5v3 numbers advantage into the Simple Fishers. You want to start holding down now. Look at 5v3, you just need to work together. You've got that numbers. Numbers is huge on this map, particularly for the objectives.
That's it, TFG taking us from a quick map to a quick math. Getting into a 3v5 now from Simple Fishers. Seeing if they can convert into a 2-3 slight deficit, but then giving themselves some momentum to push forward to take the lead back here.
A quick start to the round with those 2 kills, but it seems to have really slowed down now. Everyone's kind of just lurking, watching around the map. Sniper's still up in the tower that takes 15. He's got his AK-12 boy down near the back of the helicopter. They're expecting, they know that the PKP is going to be in that center area. They know that the kill from the start of the round, they know he's in there. But you've got to be a brave man to push that with a flashlight and a 100 rounder in your face.
I mean, every single one of these players we've got sat on our left and the right eye could be considered a brave player. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see the challenge.
It's really slowed down now. 10 seconds until objective.
You can feel the tension setting.
Red take a quick headshot there with the M80. MDR takes him down, evens it up a little bit. 4v3. Objective's going to be coming up.
Good shots on tower. Actually converts the headshot as well. Really good shots.
4v2 in favor of blue. Objective is up. Not quite sure where it is just yet. Okay, it's at the front of the helicopter this time. Red's got eyes on it.
Again, a slower approach from the Angels here, playing against the numbers advantage. Looking to just try and see if we can spot somebody coming to help cover the points so we can pick off and make those numbers slightly more even.
They are capping. Okay, resets it, takes him down.
Return kill, traded from the helicopter. Spots. Angels have eyes on, though.
1v3 scenario.
Last known gets attacked as one pushes for the point. Really good choice to push together. Both make it.
Just missed the shots there as they're running across. Multiple targets, but he just couldn't pick one.
Here
comes
the
he has to be
cavalry.
Here he's capping. He has to get there. He's got 4 seconds. He needs to put some damage on this objective. And unfortunately, again, the numbers really playing off there for the blue. The should take a round back. 3v2.
Our Simple Fishers member there showing us that the head, shoulders, knees, and toes are some of the weakest points to shoot as he takes him out and knocks him down onto his kneecaps.
It's a really big round to pick up. 4-1 or 3-2. It's a big swing. So that puts them straight back in it. 3-2. One more round and it's even.
A couple of conversations on either side of me here. A little bit of tactic conversation going on in between the rounds here. Maybe need to change it up a little bit. Keep an eye on the direction out of spawn here. We might see something new.
Again, we see a lot of stims being used before the round starts, which is very effective in regards to not bleeding or taking pain.
This is an aggressive start off of Simple Fishers here. Looking like we're all sticking together. Instead of pushing out and spreading the whole map, this looked like it might be one of those head charges. Reckless Abaddon.
Again, that 100-round PKM sat in the middle of the helicopter is still there. He's still there. He's dominating that little section. Very intimidating having that sat there.
Angels again taking the time in this round, feeling like the pace, the slower pace definitely seems to prefer them versus Simple Fish, who's quite enjoying the chaos, it seems like.
The XMC's in the tourist. They changed it around this time. He's not gone low. He's sitting back a little bit.
That's a quiet round for the XMC. After the last two, we've seen them really dominate those crucial kills.
We've seen some great shots from the XMC, yeah, and again, there we go, just as we say it, he lands another one. Evens it up. He's got 5v4, sorry. He's, 7's just healing. I thought he was deceased, but the health is coming back quite fast down there in the bottom corner. So 5v4. Simple Fish with the advantage, but 15 seconds until cap comes up. Again, that center objective is still being locked down by that very intimidating 100-round.
Zogustin going in there. Our purple trail being one of the ones you can use to help take out the bleeds. Zogustin removing light bleeds, heavy bleeds, and stopping bleeds that come in the future to allow you to continue being in combat.
The XMC again. The switch up into the tower is going to win them this round, it looks. The XMC with 2 kills from the tower. 4v2. Objective is up. Don't know where it is right now. On board here with Kana. Kana's bleeding though. He's going to get his life sorted out real fast, and he's probably going to go engage.
The AXMC and its pilot seeming to be our conscience in the way that it's responding to the lack of complimentary comments made. Some good shots and spray, but not conversions. Losing health left, right, and center on both teams here.
Expected weapon to land that shot there and take the kill, but he misses. So he repositions, which is a very smart move.
Oh, this PKPM is now starting to make his way into the map, trying to use that brute force.
Fish has been aggressive on the objective here. And they get it.
Conversion.
This is a great game so far, Cracked.
We are looking into some absolute dynamic gameplay right now, from the ability to be able to challenge aggressive pushes and then some smart tactical play when the numbers are getting a bit smaller. Not necessarily guaranteeing we're going to challenge for those 1v1s early on in the best of 3. I'm going to save that towards the end when we don't need to play so safe and it's really all on the line. I'm expecting to see some change-ups to how this PKM is playing. We've seen helicopter dominance so far, and we've just seen him leave the helicopter there with a lack of efficiency as Angels choosing not to challenge it.
I think that the Angels are going to need to switch up and get that central control. Since we've seen that now in the middle, they need to get the center control. We are seeing Kuba, by the way. He's on 11 kills right now. He's hit the double figures. Kuba's Angels. Kuba at the front, holding down the line. Double figure, 11 kills after the 6 rounds.
Ooh, one of the Angels down, one of the Simple Fishes down. 1-for-1 trade off the beginning. 2-for-1.
A quick trade, then a good reply from JD there. On board here with Kana.
Momentary moment of silence and calm. Very rare that happens in Tarkov.
A nade pickup.
This is something that I'm expecting to see a lot more use of today. The players that are now playing are all very experienced with the game. They'll know the locations of these static grenades, and that can be the difference between an engagement. We see
interesting decision to use it instantly into the blind. I thought it would have saved it for objective. I think they could be very useful in an objective. I think they're more useful objectives, right? Like, you know, throwing it blind like that causes a bit of chaos, but is it the most effective way to use that nade right there?
So watching that just there, I believe the nade was thrown to actually push somebody out of cover, which was one of the converted kills. But the fact that he got traded back for, like you say, potentially not the most effective use of the grenade there. I'm with you. I want to challenge that point with the grenade. It's a really good way to get someone to move. Prone.
He's 1v2 now. He's got 94 rounds in his magazine and a dream. And there's one.
Ooh. Is it the big bang bang, or are the Angels going to convert? Are we blind to the heavens, going to the ground? Looks like it's the ground. Down he goes!
Absolutely disgusting.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Simple Fish has shown us exactly what a 100-rounder is for.
If you are watching at home on the Hunt For Me channel live on Twitch, expect to see this weapon all over this weekend.
Believes in himself, plants both knees and says, I'm having you. Come at me, bro.
Okay, so from 3-1 down to 4-3 up. A switch and change in tactics, that middle play being huge. Again, we've seen that 100-rounder absolutely doing work, not only in the center, but in clutch situations like that. A great start from the XMT, taking down with the Angels, but a quick reply over there from Kana.
Some phenomenal shots from Kana there. Just the immediate crosshair placement being absolutely perfect as he comes out of the corner.
Cuba's up in the tower with his TX-15. We've seen him up here multiple times during this map.
Interesting that the towers have been able to actually make the crucial picks in the beginning of the round, but the players very quick to get out of those towers once they capitalized on the initial picks. Fish is definitely playing the more mobile of the two. We see we're on board here with Fish's eyes on the other tower. Other tower is clearly staring directly back at him. You can see through that netting there, but you cannot shoot that as it's metal. Waits for him. That is a disgusting angle right there, just between the tail of the chopper and the back of that tower. Ooh.
He's going to get this next kill. It's slowed down a little bit, but they've got numbers advantage for the Angels. 4v3. 15 seconds coming up on now to the for the ejected pops. That's when things get a bit tense.
I think with these rounds, we might actually see a little bit of cleanup crew into the boss cleanup crew today. That was the potential that we might have to Gilla Killer and all the boys and friends coming out and saying hello to the event, coming and joining us at I-72. Make sure they show their presence. Handing out some presents to the players in the game. Not presents they want to keep, though.
If I was to Gilla, I would not be running that helicopter. I would not be running in there to that. Absolutely not. I just say, no, I'm not today, mate. Clean up crew? Nah, I'll get somebody else. I'm not running the helicopter. I've seen what he's doing with that thing today. And it's a no from me. Okay, we've got some engagements happening here. Still slight numbers advantage again. A quick flick and turn there. Rapid with that flick. Kana gets a takedown. And they finish it off. 4-all. Great round. They used that numbers advantage and then just capitalized it. As soon as the objective popped, they made the pounds. They took them down. It's 4-all. We're going to round 9.
Seems like the Angels, every time they go down a round, they lose the lead. It's like they kick it into the next gear. I'm just wondering how many different gear slots this gearbox has and how far we can really see the Angels push it to be able to match the Fishers right now. Remember, folks, this is game 1. We potentially have 2 more of these to follow this, and we're already getting absolute madness.
There we go. So some kit swapping in spawn there. Some switching round of kits. Smart move. Again, now using the time at the start of the round. Some kits can be used with better scopes from other kits, make them more viable. Smart move there from over here on the Angels.
Not just that, but comfort, right? If you see a scope that's on a different class and that's something you would normally run, and your friend's happier running yours, why not? Makes total sense.
Kana with the takedown there. Taking down JD. That's a big pickup for Kana.
MDR, the 7.62 version, really putting work in here. TX15, however, turned the return. Down to 1 player left on Simple Fishers.
Helmer's on his own now, and he's got 5 red team Angels looking directly at him.
Now is Helmer
the XMC though? 5 bullets, 5 kills. Let's see how he plays this one out, shall we?
Hey, 4 bullets, 5 kills. You never know.
He could have picked that up there. He didn't take the shot. Interesting. He could have taken him down.
You want to make sure you hit this though. 1v5,
as soon as he fires that, the noise. They're going to know where he is. It's a loud weapon. As soon as that goes off, you know where he's going to locate them. They're going to take it down against 5 players. Smart though. He didn't take the shot. He's taking his time.
And I like the approach here. You're 1v4, so all of the footstep audio and everything that's going on. Oh, he's dead! Woohoo!
There's one. And he reloaded and said, why did he? No. The worst time to reload as he runs straight into the guy around the corner.
I think we got a little bit confused between competition and camaraderie there. Went to give him a hug instead of the TK.
I think they both were confused then. He's like, is that bad guy? I don't know. I thought they were going to have a little picnic in there.
I suppose in a war zone, you don't expect the guy to come round the corner without his gun facing you, really, do you? Like, oh, hi, mate. How's it going?
You should have said ceasefire. Here we go then, round number 10. Angels have come back after losing 3 consecutive rounds. They've taken the last couple. Here we go. On Bondor with Kana. Retro backing him up there as the back of the helicopter towards the B capture point.
Interested to see that Retro here has opted for a BT variant of one of the AKs so it can have the protection in the bucket, slightly less pen on the 7M40 class that we see being more popular. That flashlight's really bright on the floor there, a little bit of distraction. See none of these players getting phased by it.
Is that the PKM's already down? Again, that could be key between winning the rounds at the moment with that middle central area.
I believe both AXMCs are still on the map though, so crucial picks still able to pick up. Gets from behind and the helmet tanks 2, but he still manages to convert. Whew.
Extra bullets in him just to make sure he's deceased. So a grenade pick up there. Just as we went off screen.
Amazing how 1 tap goes to 1 mag when you want to make sure the man's on the ground.
On board with Will. Can't pick it up. And another round to the Angels.
Angels really start to lock it in here. It's time for Simple Fish to find that second gear.
They have to. It's map point 6. Of course, we're playing to 7 on each map, best of 3. 1 more map are needed from the Angels. If they take this, we're going to our map number 2. A great first game, this. Absolutely great.
Absolutely. This is exactly what we expected from today, though, and there's going to be tons more to come. Every single one of these matches today is going to be on fire. Now, on board with the PKM in a crucial round for the Simple Fishes. Now back with the Zenit. Looking towards the central push again. Taking a little bit more time out of spawn, though. Back into the helicopter, looking for the early challenge. Doesn't see anyone. Notice the flashlight around the corner here. And the sniper up top sees it, so we've got comms between the 2 players in the Dorms lane. PKPM in the same angle. Not sure where he is, but spraying just to see if we can get him.
Spray and pray, that one's called. Pray and spray. That hallway is penetrable. So
Oh, nails the headshot in prone. Great duel in the helicopter, won by Blue there. Simple Fishes actually managing to convert in what looked like a bad challenge.
it's not looking good here for the Fishers.
People going down left, right, and centre, although Fishes claim one back. Angels return. Fishes return, a great pistol shots.
A quick switch there from the XMC to the pistols. He knows that an enemy was underneath him, pushed him and took him down. He is 1v2 though. He's going up against Kana. Kana with the 12 kills as well.
Now this is it. Can we put Kana down and be able to bring it back to 5 to 6? Get a little bit of a confidence nudge.
Kana and Wapham are still alive for the Angels. Up against Helmer on board with the XMC. 9 out of 10 bullets remain in his magazine. Doesn't need to reload anytime soon. All it takes is 2 bullets, 1 each, to keep his team in this first map. Objective's popped, we know where it is. This causes movement. Kana's jumped on the objective.
Helmet here having 99 problems, but the point being Cap's definitely not being one of them right now. 2 players to deal with before he gets there. And a great Cap. Angels converting. First map round 7 to 4. An extremely close map to start it off, TFG. Here we are on board with the winning team from round 1, ladies and gentlemen. Cuba's Angels, 7 to 4.
Cuba, how do you think that first map went, mate?
For me, personally, easy. 2 and 9, undefeated so far. Well, actually, we were defeated first game. But overall, I think we got the hype, we got the train going, we got the choo-choo. Ryan, what are you feeling?
I'm happy to be here.
That's all that matters. Thank you.
Good looking round 2, bud. Excellent. Excellent there from Cuba, from Cuba's Angels. Here we go. Great first one. Great first
Welcome
map
back.
there.
Comfy couch time, sir.
That was great, that. That was
insane.
exactly what we expected. Exactly what we expected in that. Very close. Some great shots, some great gameplay, some intense rounds. But yeah, it was close. A tale of 2 halves, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, if possible, that was almost more explosive out of the start than I expected. There's some phenomenal shots there. Conversions, like we said, from the AXMC really being put to use on the long-range map. And the range challengers really, really showing up for their teams there. A great effort from Simple Fishes to really push them to the extent. I mean, Cuba's Angels, they might have taken the first round, but they really haven't got an easy game on their hands here, have they?
No, and again, you know, I think it's going to be closer. It could have been anybody's. It literally could have been anybody's. We did see, you know, what do you think about that PKM with the flashlight and the under-rounder dominating that central area? There's some great pickups, some great kills from that, some clutch moments as well. It's not usually a weapon that we see that much being used competitively or used in these scenarios. We've seen a lot more of the assault rifle platforms as opposed to the light machine guns. But he put it down, didn't he? He put it down.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think even with the DMRs taking a slight backseat on this one, you know what it's like when you're carrying a big gun with a big light and a big player name behind that weapon. It's an intimidation factor. A lot of people get dissuaded by that flashlight that comes around the corner, but the composure of the caliber of players we've got here today doesn't faze them one bit. Again, using everything to their advantage at this point in time. Got to upset the potential favourites in the matchup, but I'm going to be interested to see where we go from this now. The PKM was in the hands of, I believe it was our local sausage roll this time round. Interesting to see if maybe they pass the PKM around and see if there's a different player that might have more advantage with it, or if they leave the confidence with the gentleman that actually played this time around, because he did pretty well. Lots of kills being picked up from the PKM, but I do think the map lent itself more towards the AXMC playstyle.
Are we Bay 5 next, I believe?
Yeah. Bay 5 being lots of containers, right? Different heights and angles, and it's all a little bit different to what we just played in Bowl. There's only one set of heights.
It's more close quarters for sure. Obviously, we have the sides. We've got the heaven, the fuel side. Essential, it's this glass as hell with the slanted containers, and then we've got the long open section. It's called many things. That's where the longer range weapons tend to go. But I actually think that's one of the key sides of the map where you can push in from behind, from the side. I think it's very important early to get a few people down that side. It's overlooked sometimes.
I think audio is a big play in Bay 5 too. The metal can be a little bit confusing every once in a while, and I'm pretty sure that, you know, maybe hashtag blame Philbo, we might have a couple of indecisive choices in the middle, falling off of the top stacks or the containers. I'm actually interested to see how many snipers we have playing this map here, chat. With Bowl being a long-range map, but there still being some elevated areas within Bay 5, I expect we might see some of those shorter range scope being brought into play here. Some like the Elcan that we saw a lot of yesterday. Maybe the G28 showing a bit more dominance than maybe in map 1. Maybe actually also having a little bit more of a cluster mess off of the beginning of each round. I believe I am being handed some information here, or being made aware of something. TFG, do you have a surprise for us?
I do, yes. So we've got some prizes for this now. We've woo, I know. Can we get a woo? Woo, I know, right? We got some prizes. Yeah, so the first place, we're going to get £100 each in... £100 each in Tarkov merch vouchers that can be used on the Escape from Tarkov website. And then second and third are going to get 50 each in Escape from Tarkov. So the winner of this match is guaranteed some merch vouchers. So there's a lot online now for the second map. All right, we need a comeback. All right, we need to give you a bit of a kick up the bum. But yeah, if you win this, you're going to be guaranteed some merch vouchers. So we are now playing for something. Something's on the line, Cracked.
I mean, we were already playing for something, right? Everybody's pride's on the line here, and I'm sure every single one of these players doesn't want to see themselves going home with the L today. The dub is what we're looking for, but who doesn't love some good old free stuff, especially when you've earned it in the best way possible in the competition? So every single one of these players now, I think, is going to redouble those efforts, rejuvenated, and maybe an extra kick of adrenaline pushing them in to try and claim those prizes. And
of course, like you said, the pride of winning the first ICL, the Insomnia Community LAN. The first of its kind. The first time we've had Tarkov at Insomnia, I believe. The first of many, hopefully. But yeah, it's been the pride of saying I was there for the first ICL. I took part in it. I won it. And then on top of that, the sweetener of a £100 voucher for some free merch. It's a whole new level now.
Absolutely, a little something to play for, a little piece of history, right? It's always good being the first to take home that trophy, the first ever ICL winners, and in the future, you'll be the ones that people are going to look forward to. That's what they're going to idolize. You come around to the next ICL we host, the one following that, they're going to be looking to this tournament's winners to say, right, that's our challenge, that's the benchmark we need to meet, and it's just going to produce even better content from all of the players today, and even better entertainment for us.
And of course, if you are at Insomnia, we have got lots of QR codes scattered around this area. Please scan for your own chance to win a copy of Escape from Tarkov Arena. We've got lots of copies to give away. We're also doing a picture competition, which is over in our relaxation area where things are a bit more chill. Take a picture underneath the banner there, and we're going to be giving away 50 trial keys as well. So that'll be one after a couple of days. So hashtag I72 Tarkov, is that right? I believe I72 Arena, that's the one. We're going to stick on there, stick a picture on Twitter and tag us in it, and you get a chance to go win yourself some stuff. Okay, I believe we are ready to go on Bay 5. Are we ready for another action-packed round of Tarkov Arena gameplay, Cracked?
I am, but I'm currently looking at the screens and I'm seeing a little bit of air pits on the monitors right now.
Is it air pit, is it? Did I just get the wrong map completely? That's absolutely fine.
Well,
absolutely, I just totally forgot what map it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, like a good old 360 no-scope, myself and TFG are going to relocate ourselves to the middle whilst we look at an air pit match. So let's change that prelude. Let's have a look at what air pit does. Close quarters, definitely still options for snipers, but a lot more aggressive pushing off the start. You see spray fire from the AK taking one, and AXMC doming two. We are 4.4 versus 3 currently right now. Make that 4 or 3.4 versus 3.
So yeah, just to clarify, we are on the map Air Pit. I'm just completely got the wrong map and thought we were going to Bay 5. My memories are lacking apparently, but yeah, we are on Air Pit.
Yeah, I got some notes saying TFG is a memory leak. Interesting one, that.
It's all the excitement, Crack Wisdom. It's all the excitement and the gameplay.
Maybe that's why I was told broken wisdom when we fell through the door this morning. They feel our pain.
I don't care what map it is. I just want to watch. I just want to talk about it. Anyway, here you go.
Excitement.
We got first round on Air Pit then.
Interesting to see that our single fish is pushing all the way into the opposition spawn. Lands shots on, gets the spray. A little bit of pressure. Not the most health taken, though. Needs to connect this headshot. Great shots. 1v3 to 1v2. One down, 2 to go.
This is Will we are on board with here for the Fishers. I believe this is the build with the 7 and 40. I think it gives us a little nod there. Thanks for the nod.
This is our proverbial sausage roll making head to a roll. Fingers crossed we see 2 more for the victory.
Is Will the best player ever?
Maybe.
I expected a nod. He gets picked up running underneath the plane. 1-0. 1-0 to the Angels. Just want to really quickly recap as well for everybody here with us at Insomnia in and around the arena. If you do take a picture and hashtag, we are giving away full game keys, 50. The top 50 pictures will be given full game keys for arena, not just trials. So get yourself around to the relaxation area in Insomnia, get a picture, and we're giving 50 full game keys for the best pictures over the end of the weekend.
More about that coming back very shortly, but as we get back into the next round, we're actually looking at some aggressive lane pushes here. I'm seeing a lot of people going wide off of spawn. Challenging the helicopter, most crucial helicopter. Plane, we're back at it again.
Retro takes the helicopter with the ult-in kit. Of course, the face shield being very, very good. He gets the pickup as well.
Simple Fish is actually making really efficient use of the health bar so far. Loss of health, but not loss of life. 2 for none so far. And as I say that with Curse, 1 drops. TX15 again showing its mark.
That's a nice angle.
A nice high elevation over the top of the wing there, actually. Probably not one that everybody's super familiar with, so good to see.
It's Cuba that is up there. Again, getting those angles that we saw yesterday. When we were playing Air Pit yesterday, we saw these left-hand side angles into that central plane area. Lots of windows leaving people exposed. Quick takedown from Cuba, but response straight away from the Fishers.
Looks like actually Angel's challenge for plane control, attained plane control, and then detained plane control, losing it again immediately. We have half a health bar left for our Angels. Last man currently standing with Rapid right now. Lots of pain, but still the ability to convert. Missing a few limbs. In a 3v1, does he make it?
Engagement there as an objective, but a response from the other teammate. Numbers advantage coming in well. Second round, 2, the Fishers, 1-all.
Just not quite good enough there. Again, a difficult situation to be in. Already at a disadvantage with health and status effects before we were trying to challenge the 1v3.
More of the same from that previous map, though. It's staying as close as it was. That's great to see. Gives us exciting gameplay to watch, which is what we all like to see. As we start here on round number 3. Again, this could be anybody's at this point. Again, we're seeing kill for kill, round for round. I'm seeing a three-way push there. I'm not quite sure of the team. Let me see if I can see the armbands of those little bodies running inside the aeroplane.
Not seeing much communication between rounds yet, so each team both confident with their approach to the tactics, maybe just actually execution at the moment being the difference. Great shot through the keyhole, doesn't quite go, gets return field actually.
Maybe it'd been better with the 6x there in the Voodoo instead of the 1. It was a bit of a long range up for the 1x engagement. He tried maybe just use the amount of bullets, but it didn't take him down, and a good response there, long range.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, that longer range scope was actually something I was just thinking too, and we see the shorter range scopes come to effectiveness here in the underside of the plane, challenging for dominance.
Those 2 big kits going toe-for-toe there in the underbelly of that central plane. Again, we see the angle over here again from Cuba, left-hand side with that TX15.
I'm actually surprised we haven't seen more use of the fusillade as somebody goes down top plane. Converts to the second, transfers for the double.
Kaner with a beautiful double there, absolutely beautiful.
Oh, that can-do attitude, and let's go. The Angels showing some noise, actually really getting hyped to that one. Kaner showing up big.
There we can see them on the screen. Kaner getting the team absolutely hyped there. Lovely to see that. Lovely to see the camaraderie between these teams at this community event.
Nice to see these players pushed actually as well. It's a little bit different from the usual environment. They're quite comfy in their zones. It's good to see them being challenged, actually rising to the occasion. It's not all over yet though. We've 1-2, we have many rounds to go, and it's anybody's to play for at this point.
See a strong right-hand side push there from Team Red, which is of course the Angels.
Got a flash of fire from the top plane and under plane right now, fighting on both levels. 2 strong on blue, 1 strong on red from the sound of it. Secondary up top for red.
Kevin over there on the right-hand side in Crow's Nest. doing what we've seen Cuba do for the red team as well. So they're contracting that with the exact same thing.
Opting not to pick up the static sniper, though. Run with the TX-15 as the consistency is running well.
We do see a team kill happen there, though.
Oh,
The first one we've seen today, I believe. Blaine taking down Helmer. A miscommunication on their behalf. That's going to cost them on this round.
Angels really taking advantage of that team kill and getting involved in that chaos so they can help capitalize, pick up more than just the one kill. 4v1 now.
It's all down to Blaine. But he's quickly taken down by Wampam.
Good effort from the Fishers there. A little bit of confusion, kind of got them off the mark. Just need maybe to take 2 seconds, settle back in. Don't let it affect you. Go with the flow. See if Angels now can really push forward, pedal to the metal, and extend that lead, or whether Simple Fishers are going to reel them back in with that bait, hook, line, and sinker.
Off we go with round number 5. Same scenario as last game. 3-1 up for the Angels. This is, again, a pivotal round. 4-1 and 3-2 is a whole different ball game in a seven-round map. This is a big round needed here for the Fishers.
All to play for. Shots traded, but not quite accurate. Return kill up top. The SA-58 coming out on top there. Oh, good use of the MDR at range. A couple of single taps. Actually picks one of our blue team members up. And then rotates the one in the left-hand side angle. Clean. TX-15 putting in work again.
That's TX-15 again with another takedown.
2 of them teaming up there, and the communication actually helping to locate the player from the back of Luperton, and the plane is in a super ranged pinch. Good shots in plane to challenge.
Cuba with that TX-15 absolutely dominating there for the Angels. You see 2 of the guys on the Angels have got no kills yet, but Cuba is dominating. 9 kills already in this 5th round.
We are on board with JD here. Bucket in tow, 2 players in front of him. Some great shots to start, but doesn't quite get the headshot. Gets taken out by the 762. Interesting to see that coming up a little bit now. We didn't see so many MDRs yesterday, but it's starting to actually rise in the favour rankings for the weapons being chosen, especially on these close quarter maps where you need a bit of range and a bit of close quarters fighting.
And the M80 round in that is a good bullet for that as well.
Consistency.
Well, they took it. It's 4-1. That was, again, I thought it was quite a pivotal round, but they got it. Again, like I said, Cuba, 9 kills, dominating. Two of the guys over on the Fishers with no kills, but he's carrying them there with the TX-15. He's dominating on that side, really dominating. It's a tale of 2 halves, though. The other team have got a TX-15 as well, but it's not been as effective.
Yeah, I think Cuba's Angels got a little whiff of the prizes and decided it really was time to just throw out the dust and bring in the dirt.
A lot went on there.
2 for 2 so far. Health being traded, but not kills.
So 3v3 scenario. Things have slowed down a little bit.
With Kevin, JD, and Helmer currently up against our Kana, Cuba, and Wapan.
A quick trade there puts us 2v2. 30 seconds till objectives pop.
Yeah, I actually thought he was going to be able to get it out of that without trading, but just managed to pick his head off in the last end of the magazine. Again, health almost identical at this point in time. Goes to a 2v1. Angels picking one up. There's that MDR again.
It's all down to Helmer with this AK-12.
Helmer hoping he's got a bit of helmet aim on today. Pick some heads and pull the 1v2 out. With 5 seconds left till cleanup crew come in. Now, this is where I actually prefer, I think, being in the lower numbers in this map. The more of you that are out there, the more chance you have of attracting that cleanup crew towards you.
He gets to pick up mid-plane with that 7 and 40, but he's now limping. He's immobile. He took damage to his legs.
Need to get that pain med in if you want to have the mobility there. Manages to get something sorted out and relocate.
That could be... He seems to be moving. We're all right. He's okay. He's got the pain meds in. He needs to be able to get away from that cleanup crew.
Both players not aware that either is within arm's reach, but also not within arm's reach at the same time. Very close, rotating around each other, trying to find that peak, catch one of the others off guard.
He may have heard him. That's why he's looking in the central plane. He's heard noises. He's heard audio. Of course, he is applying a splint, which does make audio. He might have heard that. That's what he's looking for, but he doesn't know where he is. He doesn't want to overcommit.
Here's the pad of the pouch as it goes back in. And there comes the cleanup crew.
If I'm taking a different angle, I think he's looking for the cleanup crew. I think he's trying to find out where they are.
I like the tactic. Oh, 1-2, and goes down. Unfortunately, when the cleanup crew come out, they come out in force. If you're going to fight them, you have to take all 6 of them out, or one of them will finish you off. Sometimes I think I'm more scared of them than I am the players, actually.
Okay, it's 5-1. It's a bit of a different story this time. Where they started great, started really strong with the Angels and following it through this time. Last time we saw a bit of a comeback from the Fishers, and Angels finish it off, but the Angels are staying strong throughout in this one. 5-1, 2 rounds away from putting themselves in the grand final of our ICL era at Insomnia.
Interesting to see if Simple Fishers are going to throw a spanner in the works. Maybe just let them have a couple of rounds, ease up a little bit, and then, you know, catch them by surprise, come back with some real fire. Speaking of real fire, that's really killing 1, 2, 3 kills going off there. 2 for red, 1 for blue.
Big engagements in the middle of that lane. Both teams committing more players in that central area in this round.
Bucket really showing its worth there.
The Angels do come off with a great advantage, though. 4v1 right now. Again, it comes down to Helmer to try and save this for his team. But again, the numbers advantage on this map, on any map really in Arena, is a huge thing. If you've got the right comms in and you can talk it out, you know, you can lock down your objectives, and that's it. There we go. The 4 of the remaining players of the Angels taking down the last remaining fish, and it puts us within one map round point of the grand final.
And technically match point as well. So coming into this now, do or die, right? If you're Simple Fishes, this is where the real spice comes out. If you've got an ace card, a joker up the sleeves, something really crazy you want to try, now is the time. Unless if the Angels can just follow this through with a nice confident cleanup, really put the fear into the pub, who may potentially be their opponent coming up in the next match. Strong push into lower plane. 1 goes down blue. Actually started off 2 quick kills from Simple Fishes there.
They managed to pick one back, though. They've still got the numbers advantage, though. It's 4v3.
Very hot inside that plane.
I spoke too soon. We're now at 3-all. I expect things to slow down a little bit here after that central engagement.
This is right in the center of the map by the 2-plane parapet, and Angels picking up 2 more quick kills.
And it's down to the man himself, JD. Can he save the match for his team? He's under fire. I think that's going to be it, Cracked. There we go. Angels taking a 7-1 victory and taking the map and the match, putting themselves in the grand final. Congratulations to those guys. An impressive performance there on map number 2, which was Air Pit. Unlucky to the Fishers, who put on a great performance.
Absolutely. Commiserations to Simple Fishes, but I think we all here would like to thank them for their amazing sportsmanship and the camaraderie whilst they've been playing. It's been absolutely amazing having you guys, and we really do appreciate it. We've been enjoying watching. So, I believe it's back to a little bit of rest time.
Here we can see the guys celebrating that they got to the grand final. Here we go. They're going to be ready. They'll be ready for later on.
Yeah, interview. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. What an explosive second match as well. Maybe not quite so close in the scoreline as we'd have thought, but yet again, JD and Simple Fishes are actually challenging really strongly. I believe I am going to be joined by one of our victorious team members. Welcome, sir. TFG will bring your microphone over very shortly just so we can hear you.
There we go.
So first things first, would you like to introduce yourself? How was that?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's really, really good. We're out here. We're taking the whole thing. As you can see, the last game I was MVP. 0 kills. Calling all the strats, though. So, you know, someone has to. As they say in CS, the MVP can be the IGL can be the bottom of the leaderboard.
I think sometimes that's not a bad shout, right? Sometimes you're doing the brain power. You don't necessarily want to be doing the heavy lifting, right?
Exactly.
The preparation work is the hard work. You've got to do all that, the thinking beforehand.
100%.
So you let the guys with the mouse and keyboard do the good work in the actual conversion, right?
Well, someone has to be the thinker, you know? Someone has to be the thinker in the team. So I'm out there. I'm grinding, just in a different way.
So talk to me about the confidence coming later on, because you sounded quite confident there, but if that was me in your shoes, I don't know. I think my shoes would be walking away from me with fear from who you're going to be facing later on today.
Well, I'm not going to lie. Walker he kind of smells. So overall, I think we're going to win it.
Oh, you heard it here first, chat. Some real fire in the motion now. Walker and company going to be coming up against Cuba and the Angels for later on today. But talk to me a little bit about the match we just had gone there. How do you feel the weapons performed? What do you think was your strongest suit? And who's going to be the player that's going to be the difference between you and Into the Pub later on today?
Of course. So we've got Rapid on the sniper right now, which is absolutely killing it. Again, myself being a sniper, I had to leave the man to his devices. Personally, the scouts a little bit weak. It's kind of difficult. You know, it's 1 or 2 bullets, you're dead.
That's an interesting one because we were talking about the TX-15 being quite prevalent. Do you think that classes itself within that sniper class, or because it's got that single-fire semi-auto rate, you can actually get a few more bullets down range, making it more effective?
I think overall, it depends on how you use it. That's how it goes. It's, you know, if you use it in both ways, you can use it in both ways. It's very versatile.
And I'm sure that's not something you've heard for the first time today. It's not what it is, it's how you use it, right? Amazing. Cuba, thank you very much for coming down. It's great. Well done. Good stuff. And we will see you in the... Oh, we're going to do both. I'll tell you what, we'll shake, and then we'll do that one as well. And he's going to go and enjoy his time. We'll see you back for the grand final in a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us so far. We're going to take a quick 20-minute interval, and then we will be back.
Thank you.
Not quite yet, we're not, Wisdom. I've got some stuff to say. You can't stop me from talking, mate.
Oh, no.
Can't stop me from talking. We are going to get a break, but not just yet. So, yeah, great match. That was our first game. Of course, we've got the grand final left. It's going to be a best of 3. That is going to be in about 20 minutes. We are going to give away a copy in the Hunt Premier chat right now. So you guys that are watching on that little camera right there, we do want to give away exclamation I-72 is what you're going to need to put in the chat, okay? Exclamation I-72. We're giving away a copy of Tarkov Arena, so you guys are going to need to spam that in the chat if you want your chance to win. And we've got another little chance for you to win a game key as well. You're going to see a QR code appear on the screen in a moment. Go and scan it. Go and scan that QR code, and we'll be back in 20 minutes' time. See you soon. Hello and welcome back, Insomnia and at home on the Hunt Premier Twitch channel. Welcome back to our ICL Insomnia Community LAN. It is grand final time. We've had a few games over the last couple of days, and we have got our final two competitors that are going to be competing for £100 each in merch, €100 each in merch values on the Taco website. It's a grand final time. Are you excited?
Grand finals, grand prizes, and some grand players. Excited doesn't cover it, TFG. I don't know if I can contain myself at this point. I might just have to pop into the map as a spectator and start firing some rounds off to expel that excitement. I'm looking forward to seeing some picks. I'm looking forward to seeing the bans. Looking forward to see if we see some map changes in the future as well. And I'm also keen to see who actually takes the victory today. Now, we really are down to the best of the best at this point in time.
We are indeed. We've got our two teams, of course. Yesterday's top bracket into the grand final is Into the Pub, of course, consisting of Blitzergirl, Walker, Cynthia, Fishgoose, and Gandalf. And we've just seen who's going to be joining them, who just won the lower bracket final.
That's it. Kuba's Angels started off strong with a victory today, coming in with Kana, Kuba, Wapam, Rapid, and Retro, representing our red team, I believe, again in the grand final. And a very dominant display from Kana, as we spoke about earlier, showing up today, getting the support of his teammates, and actually the vocals from the team when they're winning these rounds, really helping keep that momentum going, actually playing a big part, I think, in the mental game.
Yeah, a real team feel is what I would describe it as. A real team feel. We thought we saw some, celebrating of winning, which is what we like to see. Of course, you can see on our screens on the left down there, we can see Kuba's Angels getting prepared right now, locking in, changing the settings, looking at what tiers they're going to use, looking at what classes they're going to use, and of course, probably deciding which maps they want to ban and which maps they fancy playing on in this grand final best of three decider. And of course, on our right, you can see at the bottom right of the screens there, we've got the Into the Pub team. We've just finished out both, again, looking into it. As you see, Walker's pointing at something in the sky. I think he saw a stray bird or something. He saw, here he is.
That's Into the Pub. If you can hear us, give us a wave for the guys at home. Into the Pub. There we go.
But yes, these are two teams obviously starting to get ready now again, getting to choose which maps they want to ban and which maps they want to play, of course, choosing the strongest maps that they want to play and what they've played already. I'm expecting Air Pit from these guys. We've seen dominant displays on Air Pit over the course of the few games we've seen these guys play. They're phenomenally strong on Air Pit. Are you expecting the same?
I think so, yeah. I would be very surprised to see Air Pit not being one of the maps picked. And we are going to have a look at the maps very shortly, but I believe before we get into that, we are going to quickly revisit the bracket and have a look at how the teams are matched up. As we were looking at that earlier today, we saw that we are coming into the grand final, and we are going to then be coming onto screens with the bans for the day. So, starting off with Bay 5.
So Bay 5 has been banned, followed by Bowl. Okay, interesting that Bowl's been banned. We've seen that already today. We won't be seeing it take place in this grand final. That's a surprise.
Ooh, Sawmill action. So we've got some happy people here. A little bit of spice starting off with, some range, some Sawmill. I'm seeing a little bit of angst from the teams over there. Oh no! Walker might have flipped on us, ladies and gentlemen. I believe this man's looking for his range, and then we're following into Air Pit, like you said.
So we're on Air Pit. So we've got Sawmill and Air Pit, and followed by Equator. Now, I think that Sawmill may have been picked for the long-range engagements. We've got a few long-range players that we've seen do some devastation over here with these guys, with the long-range scopes, the 1.6Xs, the Voodoos, the XMCs. That's going to favor people on Sawmill. The longer engagements, of course, it's more longer engagements than any of the other maps, in my opinion. Of course, Air Pit's probably the second longest distance on a map, but Sawmill's definitely the one. What do you think? Do you think that's a mind game?
So I actually had a little conversation with Kuba's Angels in the break. I wanted to have a chat with the team and see if they've got anything lined up in store, maybe to help deal with Into the Pub. I've been made aware that our local Rapid is a bit of a fan of his ranged weapons, so I feel like Sawmill might actually bring Rapid out of the shadows and into the light, maybe see if he can dominate with that range performance, or whether Walker's going to get into the nitty-gritty and shut him down. We know, obviously, Blitzergirl, no stranger to those pressured environments, the 1v3s, 1v4s we saw converted yesterday and even the day before. And then maybe we might even see some of the dark horses, maybe Fishgoose pulling around out there, or Gandalf showing up big. Maybe some of the quieter members. Kuba, we said in the interview, not so interested in doing the hard work, keep it simple and let the guys do the carrying is fine whilst he does the brain work. Maybe he might take a turn at pulling the weight. We
saw Kuba really do a lot of damage in that last game, really dominating in that last map that we saw on Air Pit, doing really, really well. But as you mentioned, a huge, incredible caliber of players among both teams. Again, you mentioned Rapid with that 6-15 dropping a 29 bomb on one of the maps yesterday, or the day before, 29 kills.
I mean, 29 is ridiculous, right? Regardless.
It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy, and of course, like you said, you mentioned Blitzer Girl, the clutch queen herself, multiple 1v4s and 5s over this weekend, live on this stage in front of a crowd. Incredible, you know, be able to pull it out of the bag at any point to save a round and push into the pub forward, trying to take the win in this grand final.
There's absolutely everything to play for with this one here, and I think it really is going to come down to how each of the teams approach getting inside of the other team's head. We've seen the mental game play a very big part in the first game of the match today, the first best of 3 we've seen played. Now, it's going to come down to, can Into the Pub nullify some of these star players, the crucial snipers, the quick pushes of the team camaraderie we're getting from Kuba's Angels, knock that motivation down a bit, or can Kuba's Angel manage to work some magic into the trickery there and maybe pull apart this Into the Pub team that seems indestructible at this moment in time?
I would love to see this go to a game 3, not only for entertainment value. We all love a game of Tarkov, but Equator. We've not seen Equator all weekend, I believe. We've managed to avoid Equator, which is a close quarters PvP short range map. I'd love to see that. I don't think we've seen it on any of these games so far. It seems to have been dodged and avoided or banned, and that's the first time I think it's made it into the map selection. I'd love to see a game 3 and Equator being utilised and see, you know, a really intense fight off for the last map of this ICL.
So looking at this, if this goes the distance, we could be looking at 39 action-packed rounds for a 6-7 victory on each of the 3 maps. So this really could run the entire distance, and I am not expecting the teams to pull more than 1 or 2 rounds apart unless somebody really does show up and start providing that star performance to take it away.
I can see some of our guys over here are using Aim Labs. Aim Labs is free, and they are using it right now to get some practice in, taking this seriously, as you should, you know. I can see the guys testing, not even looking, not even listening, just firing away, getting that practice in before the match, which you would to see. Really taking this seriously, wanting to take down this Into the Pub team that have yet to lose a game. And of course, in the top bracket of the grand final, they've not dropped a game. They are the team to beat. They're the team that, you know, technically these guys are going to be the underdogs. They have faced a defeat, but like I said earlier, these guys have had an extra game today. This is the first time these guys have managed to sit down. These guys have just done, how many rounds have they just done? You know, 15, 20 rounds of gameplay. And now they're getting to, you know, they're warmed up, they're ready, they've been talking, they're communicating. These guys have just sat down. So that's definitely going to play in Kuba's Angels' favor.
I think Kuba might have bitten off a little more than he could chew in the interview, though. Walker turned around looking at Aim Labs and saying Aim Labs is free, showing the confidence there, saying we don't need this. We are comfortable where we're sat right now. We have our tactics, we have our smiles, and we're just going to put them in their place.
And of course, just as well, our Insomnia, just about to probably start this grand final. But today we are at the arena, of course, the stage. We have got some amazing things going on around. We've got free play over on the side over there where you can jump in and grab a game and get a chance to win a free trial key. We've also got a big picture, hashtag I72 Tarkov. You can put some awesome gear on, some vests, and get dressed up. And we're going to give away 50 free game keys for the top 50 pictures that are posted on Twitter with the hashtag. So pop round to the relaxation area, take yourself a picture, and you're going to get a chance to win a game. 50 keys to give away, 50 full games for taking a little snap and snicking it on Twitter.
I mean, what more could you want? Prizes, pictures, phenomenal staff to help you out. Big smiles from all the crew that are actually out here today that'll be coming and showing you. If you need to find out anything about what we are providing here for you at I72, come and speak to the staff members. They'll be more than happy to show you there, sit you down at a computer, let you test the arena out, or even get some of that kit on to potentially get involved in winning some prizes.
And of course, there is QR codes dotted around as well where you can scan them and you get a chance to win the game free as well. So lots of stuff going on, lots of giveaways, lots of winning. But it looks like the teams are now in the equipment selection. The game is loading. It's time to start the first ever grand final of our first ever Insomnia ICL. Are we
Ladies
ready
and gentlemen, ICL 1 is live.
Let's go and have a look. Let's see how this first round plays out.
There's nothing quite like the feeling of the green of Sawmill in that spawn area.
Again, I think this is a mind game from the guys over here on Kuba's Angels, knowing that Sawmill is a bit of an itty-gritty map. It can get into your head, it can get a bit frustrating if you take it, getting shot from you have no idea where because it's such long-range engagements. How many scopes we're seeing over there for Kuba's Angels at the moment? I think we're seeing 2 or 3 snipers.
Absolutely, but Into the Pub, taking an early lead, starting to show us that MDR, the 7.62 variant, really starting to pull in some work, both at the range and at the close quarters. Taking the range shot to begin with, knocking the score down from 5 to 4. 4 remaining KS Angels team members currently being fired upon. With 2 clean kills, the AXMC we were talking about earlier, again showing up. downloads. Looking around the map, scanning for some additional information. 2v5 right now. Spots one going up and holds trigger discipline. Lays shots down. Converts. Trades though. The gentleman he was spraying at also pushing somebody up on top of the hill. And goes down. The first round going to the Angels. And they are really telling us how much it means. You can hear the noise. Into the Pub might have a meal on their hands, TFG. I'm starting to wonder if they might have taken a little bit off the gas and whether they might regret that. Good to see not one of them phased. Stims going in. Painkillers on the ready. Smiles for miles.
Okay, they're near into round 2. On board here with Gandalf. Sorry, with the... Oh, wrong way around.
Looking at the Falcon kit here, this is the 7M40 I was talking about earlier, TFG. The ammunition there being very, very strong, and actually a one-tap there. Now currently on board with our number 5 player. This is Blitzergirl for Into the Pub at the moment, I believe. Holding an interesting position here. For those of you familiar with Sawmill, this is down in the trenches, the lower section of the map. Using the range scope to his advantage. Takes a ricochet just to the rock left of where he was standing. Repositions. No, we have eyes on, but here's shots behind. We have Chaos Angels taking one down up top. Into the Pub hearing the noise up top, but watches a teammate fall over. Not actually able to get any return fire down. It's a 1v5 right now. The Angels really starting out strong from the beginning. Great shots against the wall. Holds cover. Pushing the door, challenges behind. 1v2 right now. Almost manages to convert. A really good effort, but not quite good enough. Chaos Angels, 4-0.
This is wrong. 1 to 5 is these guys. It's wrong on screen.
So, ladies and gentlemen, bringing you up to date, we are going to go with blue team and red team for now, just to make sure that we're not getting a little bit too confused. Because I believe we're tripping over ourselves over here, which is absolutely fine. Moving into the action, the important part, though. We have shots already off the rip. Again, a quick round starting off with. This TX-15 TFG, it's just everywhere.
Dominant. We've seen it in all the games this weekend. It's absolutely dominant, but, you know, the Voodoo scope's one of the best scopes in the game, favored by many. Voodoo and Razor, of course, are the two that, you know, they're kind of very similar. Of course, we see more Voodoo because of the TX-15. The Razor, I believe, we saw that on the SVDS kit yesterday. I'm a Razor enjoyer.
Actually, an interesting point you make the SVD there. We haven't seen that make its return today yet, have we?
We haven't, no. I think, you know, the TX-15, of course, has been dominating. That's why it seems to be the favourable of the two.
Aggressive shots from middle barn there. Actually managed to pick up a kill on top on the rocks, actually. You don't often see that challenge one from down low. That's normally a height advantage there. It's a really good pickup. Red 3, blue 3 left. There's 3v3. Pressured environment right now with 25 seconds left before the cap comes up. Who's going to be in the opportune position to be closest to the cap point? Command the control. Blue eyes on red. One up top. Center to right side. 3 shots. 1 tag. Headshot.
He lands it. He lands it with that G28. Cynthia, that was with the tap. So we got Cynthia and we got Walker. They're still alive there. Over for Into the Pub. So we can see at the top there, we've got in the pub as the red team and blue as Chaos Angels. It's actually the other way around. There's just been a bit of a glitch on the scoreboard there. So just switch them around. And of course, it's always hashtag blame Philbo who's on production. No matter what goes wrong, we blame Philbo here on the hunt stand. But so this is the wrong way around.
So that's it for you at home in chat. If you are watching us from home on Twitch, first of all, welcome. Second of all, hashtag blame Philbo. Let's fill up that chat. Make sure Philbo knows exactly what he did right today. Going back into the match, though, so that was Chaos Angels actually taking the previous round. Looking at it, Chaos Angels are where In the Pub would be, and vice versa, In the Pub is where Chaos Angels would be. So right now we are looking at 2-2-1 for the Angels at this moment in time.
We will get that rectified shortly for you after this first map. But until then, we're just going to be seen the wrong names at the top, that's all. But we'll keep you informed of who's winning. We'll try and stay on top of it. Here we go. AXMC misses a shot and gets taken down. Into the pub, dominant in this round, 5v1. One remaining play, which is Wapam.
Now the tides really have turned. The Angels kind of been put a little bit back in their place after the loud noises they were making in the first couple of rounds.
I expect this to be a 2. That's a nice swing. He gets the one tap with 7 and 40.
Eyes on his audio.
Just 4 to go.
Lost sight though. Right in front.
He gets one, but then gets picked off by the teammate. Expected 5v1 scenario is always very difficult. He managed to take 2 down with him, but to no avail. It's 2-all. It's a close game. It's exactly what I expected.
Unfortunately, numbers are king. If you know how to play it, put the pressure on, move your players in together. Shouldn't be able to win that 1v3 if you play it right. If.
Any standout performances so far in these first 3 rounds? It seems pretty even across the board with the kills.
I think Cuba's Angels and Spawn, they're just having a little look at each other to sort of think, hey, maybe we need to just put it back in gear, guys. Let's just rectify the mistakes.
Red 5 Retro yet to pick up a frag. A couple of guys over there on the Angels. Into the pub, both with 4 frags each.
Also knowing that this is going to potentially come down to 1 or 2 kills the difference. That 0 kill score might just be the difference between every team member pulling the weight or not quite making it. Goes, whoa, I thought he might have fallen over there. He ducked down so quickly.
Retro's not going to get a kill again this round. Again, still not managing to take a frag. Of course, the nerves of being on this stage and being live in this fun final. You know, does it take a few rounds to settle them out? Once you get the first win and the other ones just follow, it's fine for now. Just a one down so far.
Into the pub again, looking to secure a dominant start. However, KS Angels with the TX-15 looking to level that playing field. KS Angels actually picking one up and then into the pub returning.
Here we see Cuba, again with that TX-15 that he used in the previous game. Well, imagine the 2 frags so far and going into the 5th round.
Interesting to see into the pub taking dominance to the top here, actually moving over that A point, maybe potentially looking to push past for some return angles, maybe from behind. Looking for a large rotation.
On board with Kana, with the MDR. Objective is up. Again, the distance between the objectives on Sawmill is quite a big distance. It looks like it's at the top. I can't see any smoke down the bottom. So now we're going to have a 4v2 scenario.
An interesting thing I just noticed there, when we jump on board with Walker, I believe that Walker just managed to pick himself up a Voodoo for a red dot on the AK, so he's giving himself a lot more options now, having both the long range and the short range in there, bearing in mind slightly down in the player count.
Into the pub R cap in the point with that numbers advantage. Kana is pushing up though. He sees the smoke. He's got 4 seconds to get in there. He lands a 1. He lands a 2nd.
Is he going to close it out 1v1? Eyes on, doesn't quite connect.
This could be a huge round here for Kane if he managed to pick up this 3rd frag. And a huge clutch here.
Not managing to convert, gets the information, knows they're both there. It's literally face to face. The smoke actually stops him from being able to take those shots there. That could have been the kill.
We're only 20 seconds away from cleanup crew. Shot fired, no avail.
Wait for the peak. Again, same trade. Both players trying to jostle, try and challenge the person, force them to be baited out into the challenge and then picking up the headshot, but not quite. Oh, I got it. Kana comes with a win. There is some real heated banter going between these teams right now, folks. This is serious business.
Huge clutch there, on board with Kana. 3v1 on point. He pushes in, takes down them capping the point, and finishes off the 3rd and final player for ITB. Huge round for Kana. It's got to be a huge confidence builder.
I think Kana's out to put Blitzergirl's confidence on a little bit of a standstill here, saying, I can do what you can do better.
Okay, here we go. 3-2, of course, to Cuba's Angels. Ignore the infographic at the top. It's just the wrong way around currently. 3-2 to Cuba's Angels going into round 6 here on Sawmill.
Again, just further solidifying whether this is one of the maps that I really do enjoy seeing being played. Loads of different attempts to actually create an advantage in this map. The up top push, the middle, stick in the middle, back a barn.
Cuba again with that TX-15 being deadly, picking up a frag straight up there into the barn. 5v3 to the Angels.
Yeah, shots firing off up towards the top and middle here right now, but no actual health loss.
Next frag will be crucial. 5v2, I don't fancy the comeback there.
Speaking of the 5v2, we are now down to that right there.
Cuba again with that TX15, taking another one of the into the pub guys down. 5v2, 20 seconds until objective pops. Again, we're probably going to see objective pop quite a lot on this map. Because it's such a large map and long distance, we are probably going to see engagements less often, and the objective will probably pop. And that thing is going to be key, who's going to be able to capture that, lock it down, and know where the angles are going to be coming from. Obviously, guessing where it's going to go as well is sometimes a bit of luck. But yeah, here we go. Objective's now up. It's at the top of the map again, as we saw in the previous round. That's a lovely takedown, long distance there, as the objectives pops.
It seems
Angels
like
are playing well right now. This is we've got a game on our hands here, Crackwayston.
I'm going to be honest with you, it seems like the Angels can't miss. I don't know what Weetabix they've been having in the morning, but I'm going to put myself an order in for some of that. It might help me out a little bit.
Still all to play for, though. It's only 2 rounds. It feels dominant, but it's just 2 rounds. It's okay. It can swing back in no time at all.
And like you mentioned in the previous round, that aggression out of the spawn, with it being a larger map, you can't really just shift W. I think that's why a lot of players tend towards the smaller maps. They prefer the faster pace. That's their play style. However, these exceptionally skilled players are able to adapt to both scenarios. Shots at range to begin with, but no actual tags. Interesting, the blue laser on here. Would you be playing with that laser, or is that giving you away?
I don't ever turn my laser off. You know, I like to walk in there, show the laser on, say, hello, I am here. There's my nice big red dot. So, but yeah, switching it around, particularly on Sawmill as well. Long distance, so you're going to spot. It's one of those, isn't it? A couple of missed sniper shots there with HMC. All you got to do is land one at mid-mass. And now he's under fire.
Yeah, definitely the downside to that AXMC class, if there is one, is if you don't hit your shot, that's a noisy gun, and everybody's going to know where you are, so you are now then going to be public enemy #1 for all in earshot.
And the lack of armor as well means that you only need to take a couple of bullets and you're going to be taken down. And we saw that right there. Missed a few shots, location given away, and the next thing you know, he's on the floor eating dirt. On board here with Cynthia for Into the Pub. Up top, checking out long distance with that G28. Spectre scope, of course, with the 1x4x. A very popular scope, this wipe, as well. With the new recall changes, this has become a viable scope, very affordable. In the regular Tarkov, of course. It's a preset in Tarkov Arena. But it's been quite a popular scope, this wipe.
Actually, interesting you say that. Elcon, one of my favourite scopes, actually, especially early on in the wipe and in Arena itself. A lot of scopes that I'm not familiar with using when I jump onto Arena. It makes me feel a little bit off, but this one definitely one I'm very home at. And in here, Into the Pub and KS Angels also delving between different scopes. There's a lot of red dots being used, even with the range.
The Angels are capping with a lower number of players left remaining.
Oh, that's a nasty little whip up of the barrel in time.
Gruber again with that TX15, taking him down. 2v2. Now it's a 2v1 scenario in favor of KS Angels. KS Angels. Cuba's Angels.
Long angle being held by the G28, looking for some pressure. And goes down. I don't know if you can hear that at home, folks, but the noise that is going off at the end of each of these rounds makes me think these Angels might be turning into Devils by the time we're done. Woo!
Cuba continuing that domination with that TX15 from the previous game. Of course, they warmed up. He's been using it already, and he's just continuing that form into this grand final. Absolutely picking people off left, right, and center. Domination there with that TX15. We're going to need to... It's getting close to his first map. It's 5-2, 2 more rounds, and it's going to take a bit of a comeback here.
And I think, like we said about that TX15, it's going to be prevalent on Air Pit, but it's going to be interesting to see that we get to the deciding match, whether that makes it to Equator.
And again, the TX15 again with that instant takedown and double. We're hyping him even more. He's hearing us, and he's like, I'll put more show on for you. I'll give you more.
Is it a TX15 or is it a TX over 9,000? Because the amount of kills we're going to get, we're going to be over 9,000 by the time we're done. Ooh! Night-night.
So 3v2 scenario here. Angels with the 3. Into the pub with 2 remaining players. Over with the rocks up top.
Interesting that Angels, though, with our strongest player, currently actually being on the lowest health. Looking for the player to make that play. Slightly short on HP, you want to put yourself out in the mess. Less likely to be able to survive. Keep the health reserved on the full health bar players at the distance. Them playing the third party role in that engagement.
You see Cynthia again with that Spectre. On board now with Walker with the AK-12. 7M40 ammo, of course, very damaging, very good bullet, very good ammunition. Checking down at the ban area. The capture point is at the bottom of the map. It's completely opposite side. That probably gives the advantage there to the Angels. They're probably further down the map right now.
Let's say our Princess Walker wearing that AK-12 just like he wears his tiara. It's literally him at home, showing the comfort pick there. The sniper picked up. Static Sniper making a play there. The BT from that SVD that we were talking about.
Cuba's Angels now 1 round from victory on this first Sawmill map. 6-2. 6-2, 1 round to go.
I'm getting a little scared, TFG. This is looking like a slight runaway on the first one.
We have got Airpit up next, though, regardless of what the result of this map is. And Airpit, of course, into the pub's favourite map, dominating on that throughout the weekend.
That's it. Yeah, best of 3 matches. So 3 matches, potentially match 2 minimum, but it is definitely not over at the end of this map, but it certainly will set one team in good stead to be able to make that way to that first grand victory.
But the confidence of the Angels has got to be sky high right now. I fully expect them to close this map out right here. After the last 2 rounds, I fully expect them to push forward and get this first map on the board. A great start. There's one with the M80 MDR down in the trench area.
We've not seen a lot of play in the trenches so far. A lot electing to go up top. Actually, the trenches seeming to be the key to being able to get those flanks off, getting behind the enemy team and make the advantage. Blue currently 3-5. So KS Angels with 2 members now, missing some health, but no deaths as of yet. Into the pub losing 2 members. We're not being able to convert the health. Again, 1-for-1 trade, so we are now 4-2. KS Angels with 4 members remaining. Into the pub with 2. Into the pub with 1 member remaining. Lone standing member on this SA-58. Can we pick up the 1v4? Takes shots and goes down. KS Angels absolutely steamrolled the first game. A commanding start, but not necessarily the end of the story.
Great map from those guys. They look confident, they look happy. Let's go and discuss it, shall we?
Have a chat.
Right then, what have we got to say about that? Did we expect that? I mean, they were warmed up and they were raging from the last round, but did we expect it to be such a landslide 7-2?
I'm not normally one to be speechless, but I'm a little lost for words. I turn around to look at some of these kills, I see a head being ripped off, and I'm like, oh, I think I might just throw up a little bit. So far, everything has been absolutely phenomenal. We're seeing headshots being ripped with pixel peaks. We're seeing people going in with the egos out on display. I'm not going to back down from you. I'm challenging you. 2Ks, 3Ks, people really feeling confidence within the classes that they enjoy.
The TX-15, of course, we mentioned, being a huge part of that, absolutely dominating on most of that round. Picking up the first frag most of the time. I believe that was Rapid that was using the TX-15 for that one. But yeah, really dominating 7-2. But we are going into Airpit next. And I know I mentioned this, but that is, for me, into the favourite on this map. But will the confidence that they've just built from that first round victory in such a landslide fashion, will they fancy it? Will they take it on round 2?
Let's be real. We're not playing with your average Tarkov players here right now. We're not watching the average Tarkov players, so I don't think this is going to faze them. Absolutely, it's a good start, but it's good to see that there's some banter going on between the teams in the interval there. Cuba coming over to Walker and giving him a GG's, a nice fist bump to see everybody keeping it nice and fresh. Not just that, but as much as these guys are all friends, once the line comes down and the tension sets into the field, it's fire in the eyes. There is no forgiving. We see a friend and they are getting the bullet just as quickly as the enemy will.
That's the part of these LANs, though. You know, LAN events are such a good fun to play with friends. There's a difference between being sat in the same room and playing and shooting and winning when you're in the same building and same vicinity as a person that you're playing against. It's a different atmosphere, it's a different feeling, and it's way more fun. It's way more fun to be able to turn around and give a little cheeky wink when you hit that headshot. You know, it's a difference between doing that and being sat at home playing behind the cameras and stuff. It's a different camaraderie. It's fun. I wish I was involved with this.
I think at the end of each victory, I'd just like to be sat on the end of Cuba Angels' team so that I can get involved in that chant. There's some real passion coming out of the gamers there when they take the victory home and really letting into the pub know that they are here to play. They mean business.
I think we're going to go to Equator. That's my prediction. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to ask you yours. Do you think round 2 is going in the way of Into the Pub, or do you reckon it's going to be a 2-0 sweep and we're going to see the end of the grand final?
I think actually where we were maybe contesting each other's opinion for the first game, I'm on board with you here. I would say that we're maybe looking at a 7-2, 7-3 victory for Into the Pub on Air Pit. I don't think Cougars Angels have more than 2 or 3 rounds in them against Into the Pub in this, just because Air Pit is such a comfort map for Into the Pub. However, there's every potential for just 1 or 2 early rounds. If Angels get the foot in the door, slam that block in place, and then kick the door wide open, we might see a potential upset. Maybe, just maybe.
We might. Now, while we're waiting for these guys to get set up, they are loaded into the lobbies, ready for round number 2. Do you guys want to tell the guys at Insomnia and at home how they can be winning some free stuff this weekend?
There's lots of different ways, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the stand down here. If you want to come on down, there'll be loads of staff members and cards laid around the tables with a QR code. This QR code gives you a chance to win a copy of Tarkov Arena. Jump on there, scan the QR code, and complete the socials to be able to get a chance to win that. We're giving loads of copies away through that. We also have the potential, hashtag I72, ladies and gentlemen, with our picture competition here. So we have a screen up that you can come down and sign. We have some equipment for you to put up and dress on with. This year, we'll have the top 50 pictures being taken. Will be selected to receive a free trial key for Arena, I believe that is. That's an exciting one.
It's actually a full game. The full game, the top 50 will get the full game. Wow. Not even just a trial.
The entirety of Arena on us, unbelievable. And not just that, but I also believe we have some even more keys to be given to you guys at home. So for those of you on Twitch, stay tuned because we'll be giving some more of them out to you. I believe we had 5 of them total today. And in a short moment, I think, is that a gift from the skies?
That's something coming down from the sky.
Ooh.
There we go.
Bones at the ready, chat. Snap that. Be in with a chance to win.
You guys at home on the Hunt for Mir channel, live on Twitch. Make sure you look at that code and get yourself in for a free copy. We've got tons of copies to give away. Please scan that code and get yourself involved while you're watching live with us today while we are at Insomnia.
Awesome. Now, round 2. Nerves have settled. Some tactics on display. What's the changes? If you're into the pub right now, what's that conversation that's going on in the dugout?
I think they're fine. I think they're happy to take the loss on Sawmill. I think it's a map that they've probably not. I don't think we haven't seen many people play, so we've only seen it once this weekend, I believe, in one of the lower brackets, and that was more, let's say, more of a fun game. There's a bit more at stake here. Of course, the winner of this is going to win £100, 100 euros each. I keep saying pound, 100 euros each in merch vouchers. You know, there's a bit more at stake here. So Sawmill, they've probably not played it much. It's not a very popular map, in particular, I believe, in the esports scene. I don't think it's a bit of a. It's kind of not really used much or utilised much, is it? It's more of the other maps. It needs to go to the bottom of the pecking order. We haven't seen Chop Shop yet, though. I'm surprised we haven't seen Chop Shop either.
I think that Chop Shop, just like you mentioned there, with Sawmill being a map that maybe people don't play so much of, I would suggest Chop Shop being quite fresh as a team deathmatch map would have even more of a sense. People are not used to the lanes yet. People haven't developed tactics. They're not so sure where the pushes would be off spawn. So maybe not willing to touch that as like a dark horse or like a throw-off for the enemy team. Rather stick to some comfort in the maps and then make that surprise in the matchmaking or the playmaking and then the kit choices.
Okay, it looks like we are getting loaded in. The map is loading. Of course, then will come the gear choices that have just popped up now. So the guys are going to be selecting their gear choices down below us, down to the left down here. This is where Angels are, talking tactics, pointing, scrolling down those presets. I can see him scrolling. He's like, don't pick that. That's not a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, and then down there, a more focused look from our guys over on the Into the Pub team. Bit more focused, composed, calm. They know they've got to win this match. You have to, or it's over for them. You've got to win this, and they look ready.
I think that mental reset, the ability to sort of resuscitate that momentum and the adrenaline rush in between the rounds is really what's going to bring Into the Pub into the light here and show us the strength they have as a team for the ability to adapt and the ability to overcome this adversary that it is Cougars Angels. Really started off with a strong showing. Now, Air Pit, we know that Into the Pub are very comfortable with their angles here. As we walk down to go and watch the players getting into the first round, what are you expecting to see?
I'm expecting a strong start from Into the Pub, and here we go. We're in round 1. Let's see what happens after all that talking.
And there's our local friendly TX-15 rattling off to start off with, picking up a kill straight off the rip. 5-2 right now. KS Angels yet again coming out like a storm on fire. We have one KS Angels member giving us a little because he's 2 into the pub remaining members left alive. We've got an SA-58 here we're on board with. Looking like we're on with Gandalf. Also on board now with Walker. Both holding a similar lane, but 3 different angles. Walker sees Pixels, takes a spray, doesn't quite convert. Gandalf rotating, also trying to alleviate some of that pressure on Walker to give him some room to make an angle. A little bit of med there from Walker to patch himself back up. Call for a push being made. Cooper's Angels trying to respond, spots one, fires, doesn't convert. One on the floor. Into the pub, manages to pick one up, leveling it out. Gets traded back with. TX15 again coming in clutch. 1v3. Great kill from Gandalf there. Phenomenal use of the SA-58. This, ladies and gentlemen at home, for those of you who are not aware, is the Butch class. Comes with a Reese T. Nice protection on the head.
Angels are capping here, straight on the cap. Ooh. They didn't need it though. That TX15 from Rapid. Doing well in that round. How many kills did he get in that round? Let's have a look. 4.
Is that a 4K?
TX15, 4.
Oh
into
my
the
gosh.
pub.
Are we going to see a 15-0 from the TX15? Is that what we're looking for?
So more of the same, basically, from that first round we saw in Sawmill. The donation from that TX15 of Rapid continuing into this first round on Air Pit. Anything can change. It's just the first round. We're getting the feels. We're understanding. But, of course, it's interesting to see Into the Pub losing that. Again, this is a stronger map we've seen over the weekend. And they've taken a loss on that first round. But anything can change. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it was a one-off. We'll see what happens in the second round.
If I know Into the Pub like I know Into the Pub, they could be 4-0 down and then suddenly come up like a blaze. So I think maybe they're just waiting to turn the switch on at the right time.
Of course, some insane caliber of players on both of these teams.
Ooh. Pixels. Barely Pixels and barely his head. 3v3.
3v3 on board with Blitzer, mid plane. Top level, looking around with that AK, which is a favorite weapon of Blitzer's we've seen over the weekend. Sees the legs of a player down in German.
Three players remaining from Into the Pub with Gandalf, Fish Goose, and Blitzer Girl holding strong.
Looks like Wampam's picked up that SV98.
Straight trade, TX15 taking one out, and then an AK with the BS bombs.
Down to 2v2. Blitzer's still holding that top plane area. Of course, the objective's 20 seconds away. You get good visual over which objective pops in this position. Sounds like got comms. Again, that TX15 taking a quick pick. Headshot down.
Blitz trying to level the
the last minute.
Sees unable to actually transfer through that Fusillade. That Fusillade not penetratable unless you've got some of the best bullets in the game.
Situation we have found ourselves in over this weekend. Blitzer 1v2 quick situation.
Goes to the jump off the top rope. Almost connects, but gets put down. Woo!
Doesn't quite pay off that time.
I think Blitzer Girl trying to get a little bit in the heads of the Angels there. Doesn't quite pay off this time, but I think the statement that's been made Into the Pub is ready to fight.
Another 3 pickups in that last round from the TX15 of Rapid. Rapid currently 7-0 right now after 2 rounds.
7-0 is scary.
Into the Pub do need to find something here. You don't want to sign yourself 3-0 down in such a short space of time. We need to get around on the board, get comfortable. We see here we've got Cynthia pushing top of the plane. Laying down some fire. Fish Goose gets a pickup. Cynthia and Walker also get a pickup.
Tides have turned. Kubra's Angels actually stopped in the tracks a little bit. All that momentum slowed down, and even positioning in the map, we've gone for a slightly slower pace. Now being shocked a little bit with 2 quick kills, 3 quick kills now off the rip.
Blitzer also taking him down again. It's a quick response though. The TX15 is down for the Angels though. That's a big fighting point there. Lovely takedown. Long distance with the M80. Lovely recoil control.
Numbers actually in the pub right now, but the control genuinely on the side of Angels despite the lack of numbers, because the middle plane, that central position, showing us how strong it is being in top there.
The quick double there from Kana, the long range and then the head tap in the middle of the plane. A beautiful double. Down to a 2v2 scenario. On board with Cuba here in the bird's nest with the SA-58.
There's Cynthia and Walker left to take down, potentially two of the most dangerous players into the pub. Definitely wouldn't like to be on the other side of air pit with Walker on the inside of me. Cuba
Shots
biding
are
his
fired.
time.
Objective is up. It's not on that left side.
So calling from support for a teammate. Says, let's get it together. Let's get to control in the middle of the map and play from there. Into the pub, also looking for a similar scenario. Each team making their pushes, trying to make a decisive end to this round before the cleanup crew gets involved. Grenade primed. Grenade out. The apple has been thrown. Pressure up top, looks underneath.
Using the nade there to disguise his movement. Cynthia getting angles. This is definitely good comms going on.
Really good choice to get out of there. In a bit of trouble, but immediately repositions.
She'd been spotted, so definitely gets out there as soon as she was in there.
This SA-58 really pressuring that left parapet there.
Our first cleanup crew of this match. Of course, this is where AI come in to try and speed things up. Of course, they've had plenty of time to shoot each other or capture objective at this point. AI come in to say, you guys need to hurry up. We've got more rounds to play.
Oh, unfortunately, a member of Into the Pub there getting caught on our new mechanic. The vaulting just trying to send him over the top rather than going down the stairs there.
Walker's the last remaining player. Trying to keep himself out of range of that cleanup crew. You do not want to mess with those guys. The longer you stay in there as well, we do end up getting bosses spawning as well. I've seen Tigula with his hammer flying at players too. The longer you stay in there, the harder it gets to stay alive. And of course, you do also start taking damage. As you can see on the screen there, the little toxic sign. A toxin comes in. It's really just as trying to force the round. He's trying to force some action. He's trying to force these guys to fight each other.
Looking for pressure, pre-fire through the corner, levels the balance. It's 1v1 right now.
That was a beautiful fire through that metal sheet there in the middle. Getting a takedown. It was like Walker just found that nade as well. Just found a nade.
Now we really are down to a personal business now. Walker versus Kana. Both hailing from the same part of the UK. Both also big friends. So this one really will be some banter by the end of it. We're looking at the AK-12. This is a Weaver class versus the AK-12 right now, so similar ammunition, similar armament.
This is definitely the longest round we've had all weekend here, Cracked. This is going the length. This is about as long as an attack of arena round can go. Both these guys trying to out-heal the toxic. That is the toxin that is causing them constant damage. You see the health ticking down of both of these contestants.
This is where it becomes really crucial. If you're trying to play the Outlast game, you want to be using your meds as minimally as possible just to focus on the critical points of health, being the thorax and being your head. Either one of those two get blacked out and you are sleeping for the rest of this round. Also potential for being able to rotate around and pick up meds from other bodies to help keep that health up whilst trying to locate the other player. Really trying to find that push.
It really is coming down to the wire. If you look at these two meds, I think, is he trying to loot some meds there to keep himself alive?
I think he was looking through the holes in that hex grid for maybe a spare analgin or maybe a car kit that was just hidden underneath.
Very similar health levels. This is a different round to what we've been watching. This is very different.
Are we potentially going to see, I think, the first ever live draw? Because with the health bars as we are right now, if nobody finds meds, we're going to tick over and both people are going to fall down.
They're both very similar on health. Of course, a way to fix this is to shoot the other guy.
I mean, you say that, but these people are playing it really smart right now. As those of us know that have interacted with the cleanup crew, the quieter you are, the less likely you are they run directly at you, rather than patrolling around the map to try and find you. Audio also being used to the advantage from each player. If you can't hear where the other one is, you don't know which way to push.
Of course, with that cleanup crew as well, you heard them there throwing the grenade. They are still very dangerous. With this level of health, you do not want to push out. One bullet would end it for you.
Chaos Angels on the middle of the plane. Into the pub, actually spotted the shoulder of one of the cleanup crew there, deciding not to take that fight because he doesn't want to give away his position. Here we are with our third-person camera, ladies and gentlemen. You get to see the full beauty of the model of Tarkov in Arena. His weapon, his kit, his helmet, the armor, everything that makes this game just a fantastic visual game. Good shots down, Raider down. Walker defending his territory. Eyes on up at plane, gets a whiff of an idea that there might be a player inside of the plane, whether it be AI or one of his adversaries, and the player falls down. Into the pub, taking it home. Walker lasting the marathon out.
That was a long round coming down to one of the cleanup crew finally spotting one of the Angels.
Walker, a mainstay, obviously, in the Hunt Premier crew, showing himself that he's a mainstay in Arena now as well. He's here for the long run. speaking of long ones, I think Kane is going to have a long conversation with himself after that loss.
A round's a round, though. A round is a round. It's one on the board for Into the Pub. A round's a round. They take the round there. It's 2-1. It puts themselves back in this air pit map 2, best of 3. Of course, the Angels taking that first map, only needing this map to win the grand final and take home those 100 euro vouchers each for competing in this first ICL area. Insomnia, and we see a lot of stuff going down in the middle at the bottom of the plane area. Take down there.
Hang on a minute. I think KS Angels might want to listen to a 10-second clip of some Taylor Swift, because we're going to need to shake it off with the Dismay in the beginning of this round. And from Tay-Tay to Nay-Nay, KS Angels putting one down on top of the plane.
3 Into the Pub players remaining, 2 for the Angels. Although Kane has got about a slither of health. If he breathes too hard, he's going to collapse. A drop down there, and almost a whiff, but just gets it. That was almost a whiff there.
I was going to say it's a 2v2, but it's not quite, is it, TFG? At this point, we're 2v1.1. 2v1. SA58 finishing that off, eyes on. Tries to fire the wall, expecting after he doesn't repeat the opposite side. Just drop down below, chases it, falls down.
Gandalf and Cynthia of Into the Pub in the plane. Cynthia goes down, 1v1. Gandalf versus Wampam.
Gandalf in a lot of pain here. KS Angels trying to push up from behind. Rotating on both players.
Objective pops as well, but both of these guys are in the middle of the plane. So 1v1 scenario. Advantage to the Angels, who's got almost a full bar of health over there.
Both players here taking their time, challenging each angle slowly, quickly, trying to make sure that they can play their way into a beneficial 1v1.
Gandalf trying to get some HP back. He has quite low on that thorax that he's just healed, and his head's quite low as well. Of course, those are the most important parts of the body. If those decease to 0, then that means it's the end of your life. So if you're trying to keep those parts, but you know, of course, the arm and the legs keep the mobility, but the thorax and the head is the ones that you want to aim for, like you do in any shooting game.
Absolutely. Pushing in here from the flashlight. Looking for any audio. Spots Gandalf peeking out from the far side. Decides not to challenge the angle, but instead looks for the opposite angle, waits for the repeat.
The crew also just pops as well there.
Gandalf rips his head off on the right-hand side. Gandalf showing up what he's made of.
Just like that, it's 2-all. From 2-0 to 2-all.
It's Into the Pub. What did we expect?
Round 5 of this air pit map. Air pit is a long-range map with a plane in the center where a lot of engagement goes down, and 2 objectives on either side that pop if it cannot be decided in the first 1 minute 30 of the round. And here we go on round number 5 as both these teams make their way out of spawn to their selected positions. As you can see, an onslaught of legs running towards the center of that map. Looks like we sent 2 middle. We've got 1 down on the crow's nest there with a pickup for the map, taking the sniper. Of course, there are some spawns on the map, grenades, weapons, etc., that the people can use and utilize. Not often use them, but they can be utilized. You know, a free sniper's a free sniper if you're running an assault class.
I know definitely for some of the longer rounds, I've 100% thought, okay, I'm rotating, I've done my flank, I'm a couple of magazines down, I'm now behind the enemy team, I want to go for that static sniper if it's not been picked up to try and get some good shots from the distance.
2 quick takedowns there from the Angels.
Yeah, I think the Angels, after a comfortable victory in the first map of our first ever ICL here, they were, you know, out of the oven, cooking hard. Now they're into the fire, into the pub, showing them exactly what they mean when they come to air pit.
Those last 2 rounds, we've not really had much noise from that TX-15. He's only managed to pick up 1 kill in the last 3 rounds. And he's the last player remaining for here on the Angels. Blitzer versus Rapid. The TX-15 versus that AK. Heavy bleed there for Blitzer that she's getting healed up.
It's another one of the good matches. If you're going to talk to each of the 2 teams, you're going to ask who it is that's going to win in those clutch scenarios. I'm sure Into the Pub would look to Blitzer, and I know for sure KS Angels would be looking to Rapid to be able to bring this round home. The question is, which one of the 2 is better? We're on a Weaver class here with Blitzer. One she mentioned yesterday in the interview, one she favours quite a lot, a comfortable kit here with the red dot and the waffle maker. And as we mentioned, this TX-15 that just does not stop showing up.
The objective is up. Blitzer has got the center control, so we'll know where the objective is.
This really shows the difference between the classes, right? Because with the Weaver kit, you want to be inside the plane here. You want that protection, you want the cover, you want to be able to find a nice small angle. TX-15 having the range scope, however, you want to be in the sides, you want to play that range game, you want to be rotating around, trying to catch them off guard so you're not challenging a face-up 1v1.
understandably, the TX-15 keeping his distance. That's where we've seen this weapon perform the best, is that mid to long range distance.
Absolutely, and Blitzer here are also working the angles, trying to find a peak. Maybe looking at a body or two, see if there's anything else we can add to our advantage. Same goes for KS Angels, looking around to see if there's anything they can gain, information, equipment, potential additional ammo.
I can hear a lot of footsteps in Blitzer's location. The cleanup crew are on the way.
Yeah, that's not a sound you want to hear if you're downstairs. Managed 1, 2, 3, 4. One of the Raiders actually managed 2 Raider team kills down there. AI versus AI. One of our friendly Russian scavs coming out and saying, shave me beard off, and his mate said, yeah, no worries, pal, put you down. Actually comes out with a victory for the Angels.
So we saw that center control there from Blitzer, knowing the location of the objective, but was pushed by the cleanup crew. And while the cleanup crew were pushing Blitzer, fully advantage taken of that by Rapid, sneaking onto the point. Blitzer managed to get a few shots off down towards Rapid's location, but didn't manage to find him behind those boxes. It's a quick cap on the little sneaky cap there, and all of a sudden, Angels are now 3-2 up on Airpit.
And that really is it for the cleanup crew, right? Blitzer showing she's more than better than 6 of our strongest AIs that come out, but also showing that, unfortunately, we only have 2 eyes in one head, and therefore we can't see everywhere. Quick early shots, a little challenge from Walker all the way down against TX-15. Says Rapid and Walker fighting off the rip. Flicking between the cameras here, you can see all of the different angles the players are looking into spawn. Go under plane, drop down, gets picked up in the air. 2v3. Making work from the parapet on the plane.
Gandalf missing multiple shots there. Chances to take down that red player with his back to him, but misses both sets of shots.
KS Angels showed us just how important it is to not stand still in the same spot. Great return kill, 1v2.
It looks like a battle here. When that TX-15 is alive for the Angels, they win the round. Okay, what I've noticed here is when Interpub managed to get rid of that TX-15 early round, they've won both rounds that's happened. And the last few rounds, again, where they've managed to leave this TX-15 of Rapid up longer into the round, it's ended in multiple kills.
And kind of what we expected, right? It's a game of hide and seek. Who can find the valuable player and get that momentum in each of the round early to be able to convert it? Or can the valuable player last to the later parts of the round and use that weapon to their advantage? On board with Kana, takes shots, pre-fires, and cleans up the kill. Kana putting Gandalf down.
The MDR of Kana. An audible yes from Kana as he takes that 4th round for his team. 4-2, 3 rounds from victory in this grand final, but it's too early to talk about that, but we've got to keep it in our heads. 3 rounds from victory.
3 rounds, yeah, absolutely. Gandalf, a little bit of a shake of the head there, smiled to himself. Knows he did what he could, but unfortunately, the angle not quite in his favour. Fast pace out of spawn from both teams. Looks like we're having a very aggressive round this time.
This, again, a very pivotal round. The difference between 4-3 and 5-2 is a big difference. It's 1 round behind or 2 rounds from losing the whole thing.
1 early death from the KS Angels. Actually puts it 5-4 into the pub in the lead at the moment. Straight trade again, 4-3.
Numbers advantage 4 into the pub.
The TX-15 on into the pub, actually doing work this time around.
Gandalf laying out some vengeance to the previous round there with a takedown.
Spray from centre plane from KS Angels, not quite converting.
Again, a great reply again from Rapid with that TX-15. And now we'll see a 1v3 scenario. Rapid on 13 kills in that TX-15 that's been deadly so far during this game.
Rapid up against Gandalf, Cynthia, and our Blitzer girl, trying to see if he can make the 1v3 happen.
He has been locked down, though. They do know his location. He has been hitting the thorax. He needs to back off, he needs to heal, and he needs to rethink his strategy on this one. Of course, the objective isn't up yet, but it's 20 seconds away. And at that point, that's where the numbers really do come into play on this one.
Rapid, another one that's not a stranger to pressure. Just trying to find as much information as he can before he has to start engaging with someone. Maybe in this scenario, in a 1v3, you want to try and get somebody on their own and then challenge that 1v2 aggressively to make the numbers actually in your favor rather than somebody else's. Cause some confusion with the chaos.
The number 2 there of KS Angels quite far away from the objectives, though. That could be crucial. You know, you don't want to leave yourself too far away when you're against 1v3. you want to get yourself a bit closer, so if they do start capping, you have a chance to try and fight back. And sometimes it's the worst thing in arena where a capture happens and you don't even get a chance to fight or object it. You know, it's you got to think about that. The second those objectives are up, it's got to be in your mind. I need to get there. I need to get close. I need to be at least give a chance of trying to win this round.
There's nothing more frustrating than the pressure of 10 seconds, especially when somebody else is holding that corner. You need to push to challenge the objective, and you just know full well that I die if I walk around that corner because his friend is watching his back. Interesting here that Gandalf was opting to cosplay the name of his class a little bit there, using the slow movement, just as quiet as a mouse, but now actually making a more aggressive play. Into the pub or on the objective, and the time was out. Gandalf managing to cap the objective there, pulling that round back into the pub. Well played, GG.
A really smart move there, actually. That's something we didn't quite pick up on is the movement onto the objective was timed perfectly along time with the cleanup crew appearing. So not only did Rapid have to deal with the fact that the cleanup crew had just come in, he also had to deal with the cap. And he didn't have time to get there. He had to worry about the cleanup crew appearing, and all of a sudden the capped it. Great play from Into the Pub. I think that was intentional. I felt like it was intentional, and that was well played. Well played.
Definitely a good discussion going on there. Actually, when the round quieted down, had a little bit of a lull in the time, a little bit of conversation from Into the Pub. Be like, it's all right, we've got this. Numbers are in our strength. We just need to take our time and convert. And doing so, Gandalf trying to get some shots down from outside of Fusillade. Underplay it quiet early on in this round. Oh, I'll say that, take it back. TX15 picking up a kill as we've got some spray from Blitzkill. 2 down from Into the Pub. Chaos Angels taking an early lead.
Two of the Angels down there on the side of the map, pushing through, clearing as they go. Blitzer gets a takedown there as well on Retro.
Blitzer also, again, trying to give away as little information as possible. TX15 challenging on the top of the stairs, gets the headshot. Managed to get out of the way of the return kill as well. Goes down to a 4v1. On board with that remaining Into the Pub member. This is Blitzkill left alive. Doesn't manage to convert. 5-3.
Trying to get the flank there by going underneath and run straight into another one of the Angels.
Wapam's showing us what happens when you walk around the corner and not expecting him. Wapam, and down we go.
So Into the Pub obviously got that third round on the board, but then a straight retaliation from the Angels. 5-3 to the Angels at this point. 2 rounds away from victory on this map and the entire ICL.
Absolutely, this one extremely crucial now. This round could be the difference between taking us to match point and whether we are challenging for the third map. Kana shouting as he takes out the first kill, takes the lead, and then gets returned by Into the Pub, really giving it some. Second kill underneath.
An audible of "get out of the plane" I heard then.
I believe that was out of my map, sir, please. Respectfully, 1v3 Into the Pub, 1 remaining member back on board. This time we are with Cynthia to take it home and stop into Chaos Angels being able to take it to match point. Chaos Angels with Rapid, Wapam, and Kane are left alive to be able to fend off. Now, Cynthia, question is, do they know where she is? Does she know where they are?
Again, with 20 seconds to go until that objective pops, 1v3, you have to make a move, in my opinion. You have to at least try and take someone down and cause a disruption. The more time they leave those 3 of Chaos Angels to talk, discuss what they're going to do, where the objective pops, the more comfortable they are and ready to do. You need to get in there. You need to make some noise. You need to disrupt them from an easy cap and an easy 6th round for these guys.
Just anything at this point to throw them off the game. The numbers advantage can be equalized, like you say, by that mental game or by just actually applying some pressure, tapping the zone sometimes rather than actually full capping and getting off again to try and create somebody's nervousness to force a push to understand. Blitzer managing to land some good shots and not dying for the trade. Tucks herself right into the scenery here, using full advantage, but dies on the clean kill on the sides. 6, 2, 3.
Again, they located where Cynthia was, pushed down towards that objective, and Cynthia was stuck with no way to go. Match point for Cuba's Angels. 1 round between them and victory of Insomnia Community LAN. The first one of its kind here at Insomnia, I-72.
So I think Retro very happy with that kill there. Very glad that he was able to convert the sixth round for the Angels here. 6-3, and we are at match point. KS Angels win any of the next 4 rounds, it's all over.
On board here with Gandalf with a 58. Walker getting a quick takedown with AK-12. Of course, the deadly TX-15 of Rapid here. Looking long range with that 1x scope on that Voodoo.
Seems to believe he has some understanding of last known, but doesn't quite see any moment to confirm. Shots from under plane, actually returns fire from the previous kills. 3v3 right now.
Kana gets a takedown. Two takedowns this round for Kana with the MDR. A response though from Walker. Taking down Rapid. It's a 2v1. Interpub have the numbers here. Of course, Interpub needing to take this round or it's all over.
Walker and Blitzer versus Kana. Kana's been on fire so far and really making sure that he vocalizes that too.
15 frags is a huge amount of frags.
Actually currently the highest kill player in the game, joint with his other team member also on 15 kills. Rapid there carrying the other half of that backpack, a 30-kill backpack, 15 apiece between Kana and Rapid. Some phenomenal amounts of kills across the two players that they look to for the strength.
But you can't count out. Blitzer is one of the 2 remaining players on Into the Pub, and she has 14. You can never count Blitzer out. It's a 2v2, it's a 2v1. Just the 1 pickup needed, but that's one of them. Kana takes down 1.
Kana managed to find the opening.
Kana versus Walker for the game.
Kana's looking for that golden doorknob now to open his way to the Champions League. Are we about to see our first ever clutch-up victory for the grand final? 1v1. It potentially all comes down to this. 7 seconds left till cleanup crew.
Of course, we saw these 2 earlier with that cleanup crew out healing each other. Let's see if this plays out the same way.
I half expect that we might see Kana push for the victory there, believing in with the confidence in the lead. Try and make that play and shut this down really quickly, where Blitzer might actually be a little bit more reserved in this. Play for the cleanup clue. Make sure you don't want to lose this round, especially for Into the Pub, because this would be last-ditch effort.
Walker is taking fire from all the cleanup crew right now. Although Kana's now getting his fair share of aggro as well.
Walker with a little hop, step, and a jump into the shot to get out of the way of the cleanup crew. Kana also doing his best dodging impression.
Walker having to take down some of the cleanup crew. He is getting a lot of pressure over there. Kana's getting away lightly here. The cleanup crew are kind of ignoring him and not doing anything.
Walker making his best effort to show that it doesn't matter, though. 2 down.
Of course, the Toxin comes into play as well as both players start to take a consistent tick of damage.
All it takes is 1 stray bullet from a raider at the wrong time, and that could be you. Shots down, and Walker stamps his authority and says, not just yet, boys. It ain't over till it's over.
That was an interesting, I don't know what, Kana made him, he was in the plane, he was quite secure, he healed up, and he went out onto the plane side then. Interesting, I don't know why he did that, it's interesting.
I think maybe, I hesitate to say it, a little bit of overconfidence. I think Kana's letting the adrenaline get the better of him a little bit there.
It's okay, they've still got 3 match points. There's 3 chances still to take home this map. They go again. All it takes is 1 quick round. As we're on board here with Kana again as he pushes forward towards that plane. Cuba down in the shops area.
Spots him on the plane, chooses not to take the shots. Again, trigger discipline coming into play. Blitzer again in the home shot. Oh, great reactions to see the peak. 1 down, into the pub, 5-4. Shots from the back. Goes down in the back of burger spot. 1-1, so 4 players left on each side. Into the Pub and KS Angels losing 1 member each.
Rapid taking down Fish Goose there with that TX-15.
Rapid again with the TX-15 making his mark. Cooper trying to lay down some suppressive fire. Into the Pub with 3 members remaining, 2 in a little bit. More fire from KS Angels. It looks like they're trying to wrap this one up quickly, folks. One remaining member left on Into the Pub. Can Cynthia save Into the Pub from the defeat with currently less than 10% HP? We're going to look to maybe top that up a little bit, actually, right now. Rotate and heal to try and make this a little less stressful than it currently is right now. Having to deal with every single one of the Angels players, except from Retro right now. Challenges and unfortunately goes down. KS Angels, your first ICL champions, ladies and gentlemen.
Amazing there. The guy's celebrating, having a team hug. Can we get a camera on that? There we go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hearing them all very happy with that victory there. Our 5 winning members, we have Kana, Rapid, Wapam, Kuba, and Retro, all representing Kuba's Angels. Guys, congratulations and well done.
Right, we're going to grab in one of our second place contestants. Would you like to come and have a chat with me, Fish? Come and have a chat with me. Come on. Right. We'll jump in the middle, we'll have a chat with you. So, Fish. Congratulations, obviously, getting to the grand final, competing. It wasn't meant to be. What went wrong?
Mostly, like, what can you say? Shit happens.
Okay, sorry about that. But what do you think you could have done better? How did they do so well? What happened? What did they do well that you just couldn't contain? Were you the TX15 from Rapid was quite powerful during that?
Yeah, like Rapid, his aim is on point every time you face him. Like you can almost never win a fight against him. Like he is so good on this game. It's mad.
Yeah, would you have changed anything kits-wise? You think kits were an issue? Would you personally played any different during that?
I don't know. I like the Grumpy. I still like the M4 kit with the M995. So I'm still gonna keep on running that. I need to get a little bit better on the maps. So I need to practice.
Do you think that those guys having one game before you today may have played a part? They were warmed up. They already had a victory on their hands with the losers bracket grand final. Do you think they was already having time? The extra seat time today could have played a factor as well. The confidence of that first victory going into the game against you. They had not a chance to play today because, of course, you were in the top bracket. You were in the grand final already. Do you reckon that those having been warmed up maybe played a part in it?
Of course. Having been playing like an hour or so before, it always helps with the aim, especially when you saw some aim labs. It's definitely helping, definitely.
Well, congratulations on second place. You're still taking home a €50 voucher each for competing and coming second. So well played to you and your team, and hopefully we'll see you again.
Thank you.
Well done, thank you. Now then, Mr. Rapid, when TFG brings you a little bit of vocalization over, we'll get a response from you. Dominance. I expected this to go to 1-1 and then maybe a deciding round, but talk to us. Where's the magic come from?
I mean, just practice really, isn't it? Just scrimming every day, multiple weeks. It comes with practice really. The skill does, but I actually expected it to go 1-1 as well, which was kind of the logic of our map picks there. But we kind of expected to lose that, but went really well for us. I think I'm really proud of my team. All of us performed really well.
Awesome, and it's great to hear that it's not just a solo effort, like you say. As we heard from Kuba earlier, and then again from yourself, somebody's doing the thinking, somebody's doing the carrying. Interesting to see that the map choices today, did you pick the Sawmill? Was that a little bit of a throw-off for them? Were you trying to kind of get them out of the comfort zone before they got onto Air Pit?
Yeah, I mean, it's the benefit of knowing who I'm playing against. I know that none of them really have that designated sniper. It's like, that Sawmill, I really expected to slam there, which is exactly what happened.
That's fantastic. And do you really have anything that stood out for you? Do you think there was anything particular that was your key to success? Maybe any weapon choices? I know myself and TFG, we alluded to a TX15, which you were making look like one of the most deadly weapons within the game right now, for sure. Is that something that you thought maybe played into that, or was it more maybe just a case of the actual skill behind the weapon that's carrying you guys there?
I I mean, the weapon, it comes with, it's a very certain playstyle you need to adjust to be able to play that weapon, in my opinion. But I think the key to victory there was having that really solid team chemistry that we developed as rounds went on and on. We were just making up strategies as we were going, and it's working.
Absolutely, and then finally, I think the one thing that really stood out the difference today was when you guys were put behind, both in the first game and in the second game, not to let it get ahead of you, not to get it on top of you, gentle conversation. Again, I think Kana played a big part in the motivation with that, the audio from him, just the shouting when you guys are taking those rounds, really helped pumping you up so that you can carry that through into the victories, right?
Yeah, it was a bit of psychological warfare, really. That was the idea. We were going to shout at them every time we won a round. I think we got into their heads a little bit, but it was more of cheering everyone on the team to make sure we all perform well, which is exactly what happened.
That's it, and I think that's one of the best things about a LAN event, right, is that competitivity and the sportsmanship at the same time. Bumping into people that you maybe had that rivalry with online for so long, and then actually being able to shake the hand in person and say, you know what, man, GG, from those times when you killed me and I've killed you, it's just great fun, isn't it? And that's what this is all about, for sure.
Exactly.
Well, thank you very much, Rapid, and thank you very much for the rest of Cuba's Angels, and congratulations. What a great victory, sir.
Well played. Good stuff.
Hey, we've got a wild Philbo that has appeared out of the blue, of course. Philbo, the head of Fun Premier, the big man behind all this, running all the show. Did you enjoy that, Phil?
I thought it was fantastic. Honestly, what an absolute amazing grand final. There was some excellent banter between both the teams that we're definitely going to be hearing about this evening during a drinking session that the guys all deserve. But yeah, I'm basically here just to say thank you very much to all of our players who've taken part over the last 2 days. Phenomenal gameplay from everybody, and I think the last two teams to be in the grand final there were perfectly matched as well. As you can see, some of the rounds were super close. We got that magical heal off that we thought that might happen in one of the rounds.
One of the longest rounds in arena history.
Well, yeah, one of the longest rounds in arena history. You saw it here live in the ICL. But basically, without this war wouldn't be possible. With thanks to Battlestar Games for allowing us to present this arena stall to everybody here at Insomnia. It's been a massive success. It's been super busy, and I just want to thank all of the volunteers and also the staff and the crew. So round of applause to all of them for making this all possible, giving their time up to make sure that this event was a success, and also a special thanks to these lovely gentlemen. Friendly Guy, Crack Wisdom, you guys have been epic this evening, absolutely epic. And I'm hoping that you'll be wanting to come back to another one and do more casting, is that right?
You don't need to ask me twice. I've enjoyed yapping.
TFG said enough, I can say it again.
We're going to have them back, chat. We're going to have them back. All right.
Thanks for inviting us. Thanks for letting us do it. It's been great fun. It's LAN events are like nothing else. It's not like online. It's in turn. You get to have a laugh. It's just the atmosphere is incredible. The stand's incredible. You've done an amazing job in putting this together. Well done.
Thank you very much.
I would say the same thing. I won't yap too long like I normally do, but I also want to say a thank you. It's been an absolutely great experience from ourselves here. So as much as it is for us to you to us, the same thing. Thank you very much for bringing us down here, and thank you, I'm sure, from everybody else that's at the event in Insomnia. You guys have made it awesome. The guys that have played have made it awesome, and I think it's been thoroughly enjoyable all round.
Excellent. Thank you very much, guys. Basically, it's over and done with the regards to the broadcast. So thank you guys at home who have been watching. Congratulations to all of our drops winners, and also for the standard Escape from Tarkov Arena editions that you guys have also won. For those that are still at Insomnia, we have got the photo booth competition still going on for standard account keys, and also get yourselves on the PC now. We're going to open this area back up to the public. Make sure you get involved with the scrims. All winning teams do get the chance to get a trial keys as well. So make sure you get involved with the action here, because we've still got another 2.5 hours of gameplay left. But over at you, thanks very much, and have a good night.